As you should, as a true man of culture.
Okay, I should be live on YouTube, maybe.
All right, let me recheck.
I see you on this with the game.
I'm having trouble
Gecko
streaming to
Games
Twitch,
up.
which is fine if Twitch is being streamed through OBS.
And it is live on YouTube, yep.
Okay, and it's streaming through OBS.
And it's only a few seconds behind, so we are looking good.
Hi, Brisket.
And your stuff is set up so it's showing Twitch chat separate, or it's showing the Twitch chat icons. It'll show your YouTube icons if somebody chats there.
Okay, we're gonna start the thing. And we're in the thing.
Oh my god, what an amazing intro.
Wait, I got it.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Welcome into Intelligent Aces Podcast, episode number 69. We got funny number episode. Funny number episode brings in a special guest, but for now we got my co-host Nemo Mimi. Welcome in, Nemo.
Good to see everyone again. Welcome back to a shit show.
Oh, by the way, I am your host, Main Ace Chase, the main ace of Intelligent Aces. My spiel gets fucking weird every time now. I don't know. Anyway, we also have along Nightingale has returned. He wanted to return for funny number, and Flutter is back. Welcome back, Flutter.
Hello.
I still have too many mice and keyboard on. Hang on. Let me set this other one over here.
You don't want to double fist your mice?
No, I'm good. I don't.
You
Not
just one
that,
for each hand.
I'm not the
Coward.
shaking the rat game or whatever it was.
Rat shaker.
All right, welcome in. It's been a whole week.
There we go.
It has been a whole week. There's been a bunch of online drama in the VTuber space.
Oh my god. And
Started
right as
with
I
that.
logged out, more happened. It was great.
Yeah, so we're gonna go over most of it. Well, I say most of it. We're gonna do a rough shot over it because
Gonna do a quick skip over
It's
it.
weirdly enough, like sadly now, it's like almost old news. Like by the time Thursday rolls around, it's almost old news because
Yeah, basically.
So, we also have a few video game things to talk about. There was a state of play for Borderlands 4. I know Nemo has played Borderlands. I know Nightingale is a Borderlands fan. I'm okay. I was a fan of the previous games, I should say. Like, I enjoyed 3 well enough. The story was dog shit. The writing was dog shit.
As soon as I can mute all the characters and delete their voice lines, I'll happily play it again.
Yeah. Well, mainly just Ava.
All of them. Did I stutter?
No. You cannot play Borderlands and not have Claptrap.
Well, Claptrap can stay, but the rest of them can fuck off.
Actually,
Yeah,
no.
Puzzle.
Sir Hammerlock. You need to have Sir Hammerlock in there.
Yes. And Moxie.
Sir Hammerlock.
Moxie.
Well, yeah. But yeah, no. You
Basically
gotta have
just the
Sir Hammerlock.
basics.
You want to talk to him, Ajax? What, you want his attention?
Hey.
You are a smelly dog. Right?
Oh,
You
you're
smell-
not smelly.
You smell like a dog.
Look at that smile.
Smile.
What? Do you want to go outside? Go outside.
Hi, Ajax. Did you escape the yard today?
Did, yeah. I had a limb fall over and knock the fence down from a storm last night. All right. I'm going to take him outside there.
Very professional.
My dogs got in trouble last night for escaping the downstairs because we have a
Ooh.
because we have a baby gate to keep them in the living room. They
Mhm.
escaped upstairs because Mochi's able to open the gate.
Now I'll have to
And
go get him in
Sinjin
about
is the
5
one who
minutes.
makes the mess, and they are the perfect little shitty duo.
Oh gosh.
So they got in trouble.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was my neighbor had came by and was like, "Oh, your dog's out." And yeah, the big old limb fell down, knocked part of my fence down, so I had to like stand
He's
it back up
running
and stuff.
wild.
Yeah, he came right back.
Running wild.
I did that the other day. I guess the wind was blowing, and I come home and my front door is open. Like I step inside and I yell at my roommate like, "Hey, you left the door open." She's like, "No, I didn't. I shut it." I'm like, "Well, it's fucking open." So, and she's like, "Where?" She's like, "Where's Ajax at?" Immediately, I said, "I don't know. I just got home." So I walked
I just
outside.
got here. What do you want?
I went to open the door and I went to holler for him and he come running right back in the door. I guess he saw me pulling the driveway. And came
Aw.
back. So,
No,
But-
that's
well, one of the last times he got out, there's a Sonic really close to my house. He went over, was mooching off people at Sonic, and then like he's super friendly, so you just open the car door up, and he's like, "Go for a ride," and just loads up. Like,
Bruh.
yeah,
I mean,
No
that's the-
self-preservation whatsoever.
Bruh.
yeah. I was like, oh, he's gone. You know, like he gone like 20 minutes. It's like he's gone. I've lost my dog. And then
Aw.
like car comes driving down the road. Ajax sitting up on the center console, just looking out the windows and stuff. I'm like, okay.
It's like, hi, Dad.
Oh. Yeah. So, what's new with y'all? Been playing any
Who wants to
games?
start?
Been doing any new things?
How about we start with our guests? Who wants to go
Yeah.
first?
ladies first.
Leonard.
Let's see. My 2 nieces were born recently within the past month.
Oh,
Empty
babies.
flutter.
I have two nieces that I am directly been named niece, or I've been directly named auntie for. One is one of my oldest friends from middle school, her daughter, and then the other one is one of my mom's friends' daughter, and their age gap is big enough that I basically have the choice between cousin and auntie, and I felt like auntie would fit better considering the age gap. And then
Nice.
my 2 little male cousins, I am now no longer the youngest of my family. I was for 21 years.
Big age gap then. Yo, Bushwick.
Yeah. I am auntie cousin to them. One of them is going to be an older brother.
Aw.
So their little sibling is being born later this year.
Nice.
Well, for
Welcome
me, where do we start? Let's see here. I get up, I work, I go to eat dinner, I work, I go to bed. The light novel is slowly coming along. I'm in the final stretches. As I said, we'd hopefully have release date news. Summer is still on track. So
Ooh,
Yay.
congratulations.
Nice.
but I'm beating my head against the rock here on the final edit, and it's almost done. So we're just
Nice.
waiting on art, which is about 8 weeks, 10 weeks away, and we're done. with
Not
book one.
bad.
So things are coming along. Sleep is for the week, and yeah.
Meow.
That's what I've been up to.
Bushwicked.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I am super stoked. You've been working on this for what, 3 years now?
Yeah.
3?
Yep.
You are so
Unfortunate
close.
circumstances.
Yeah.
A lot of unfortunate circumstances. So, a lot of money spent.
So, working on. I've been working on the tabletop RPG. Got the playtest going this weekend with a few
Nice.
people. Nemo may join. Flutter's going to be there. Bushwick will be there. Another former guest, Nerd Dad, will be there.
Cool.
So we're gonna do a playtest. I got a stupidly bad procrastinator. Like I'm gonna set the map up Saturday morning. Like I have an idea roughly of how I want it set up, but like I just need to get in there and set it up. So we're doing an offline playtest. I don't know. Like I think I need to join like some RPG Discords. Is my mic coming through fine since I'm like talking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're still coming
you're
through
fine.
okay.
Okay. So I do some like RPG Discords or something, and like maybe put it out there to do playtests from people that I don't know, or let other people run it and get feedback and stuff. So
Mhm.
that's kind of where the step in the process I am, is to see how well it's going to work. Already have, as long as you do it, it counts. Yeah, I already have some tweaks and stuff that I may change, like as far as the character creation and like job class stuff, selection, whatever. Like I may add more. I wanted to get some feedback from people on like other jobs and stuff to add. Like I thought about doing like I have like your basic like police and nurse and soldier and stuff like that. But then I thought about doing
Yeah.
something crazy like a idol or like a preacher or something that like has inspirational stuff, uses their
Mhm.
words
Yeah.
to
School
like,
teacher.
raise will and stuff like that. Need a hobo. Yeah, I mean, yeah, homeless person, hobo.
Oh yeah, all sorts of people can be dragged into the in between.
Well, and the thing about it is, with each character, so when you're doing character creation, you can create your look and your name and stuff, but
Mhm.
you draw a random career card, and each career card has like 3 different like branching paths. And like so, basically, when you draw the example I have, like if you draw the soldier card, like you can be trained in firearms, because each job class gives you 1 training. And then basically subclass more or less.
Mhm.
So you can be trained in like firearms, but you can be like a medic, or like an officer, so like a leader or something like that. You know, so you can have like 3 each time you do it, you get like 3 different stats or trainings or whatever to go into it. Video editor, and they have no bonuses for anything at all. Yeah, yeah. We'll give the Bushwick career path. So yeah, it's exciting. Nemo's working on some art. I have another artist commissioned, doing the character sheet. So I'm just working
Cool.
on bits and pieces that I can think of slowly but surely. I have grand ambitions for it, but like I want to be able to get a solid base for it right now. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was fun last time we played it.
Yeah, and
Was
that was just the basic combat stuff. So I have actually developed items and traps, and like I wanted it to be kind of a which Flutters looked at the manual now. It's like I wanted it to be basically it's a one-shot builder. More or
Mhm.
less. Like,
Yeah.
you can just roll for traps and whatever else you want to put in there. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah. That's what I'm wanting. Cool. So, like I said, there's been a ton of news. We can jump into it if you guys are ready to jump into it.
Sounds good
Keep
to
in
me.
mind, I do not know social media at all at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
So this is going to
I
be
barely know it
educational.
myself.
Yeah. Well,
If we're
No, I
talking
mean, like,
about
literally,
a,
I've been so tunnel visioned on all this stuff. When I
Yeah.
get my news, it's Ace coming into my chat and being like, dude, so this and this happened. I'm like, wait, what? That's in my news source, is because
Yeah.
I'm literally that shut off. So this is going to be very
Well,
interesting.
if-
yeah, and
if
kind
we're
of how
talking
I.
about the VTubing sphere, this happened like last week. So
Well, yeah. Well, there's been several things. I have the
and
main
several
story.
videos come out. There are lots of documents, and they're very fucking long.
Yeah, lots
Actually,
of documents. Go ahead.
Actually wanted to do because they were like joking, saying, "Oh, Google Docky or whatever," and all this stuff. And I wanted to do like an AI song about Google Docky, like an idol pop song.
Oh my god,
Listen, nothing could be longer than probably
happy to-
my.
I'd be happy to sing for it if you need.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Nice.
Nothing can be longer than the Google Doc I did for a light novel editing thing. I think that thing's like
Yeah.
20 something pages right now.
Well, this is all the dirt and stuff. But yeah, so basically, how I normally have the podcast set up is I find articles and then we react live to them. So like I have a inclination of things that are going on, but I don't know all the details. So that's kind of how I like the setup. Like we're not,
Yeah.
going in super educated on stuff, which is fine.
We're not all a bunch of smarty pants.
Yeah. So Microsoft is going to raise the prices of the Xbox hardware. It says some
Oh.
holiday games will be $80.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's
Which
a terrible idea.
They're saying
Exactly.
they're saying they're doing this like the rumor mill is like they're doing this because Nintendo is raising their prices and stuff.
Yeah, and
Um,
Nintendo should know it's not a good idea. Why are they listening to someone with the last name Bowser?
Yeah. Your greatest enemy in the
Unfortunately, they
franchise.
Unfortunately, they kind of have to. It's the fucking tariffs.
Want the best ARS Technica delivered daily? No.
Just like
Wasn't some of the old like Nintendo 64 games like $60-$70 though? For
Yeah, well,
64?
even I think like NES and SNES games were super expensive back in the day.
Yeah.
It's
But
not,
we got to a point with the compact disc of PlayStation is what brought game prices down, because I remember, I mean, this is just me, but again, this goes back to PlayStation 1. I remember the Christmas I was given it. My aunt and uncle and my cousins all went together to get me a PlayStation for Christmas because they thought it was good because the discs were so much cheaper.
Mumble.
Oh,
Mumble,
shit.
welcome in, dude. I haven't seen you forever. Don't forget they lie and
Uh.
push when they said when we switched to digital games it will cost less. Yes.
Yeah. But like I remember them pushing it to my parents to say, just think, the PlayStation games are actually cheaper because they're put on this disc. You don't have to make the cartridge and all this other stuff. So I remember that was a point where the game prices came down, where I could go get a game for $39 versus like $60, $70 or whatever it was then. So, but I mean, this is again PlayStation 1, and I mean, obviously we got to look at inflation and stuff like that over the years, but I don't think that is
my screen is.
changed how I think we've grown accustomed to the $49, $59 games for so long.
So this is the Smithsonian magazine. I saw this trying to find. I think it was in the park. Where the hell is it? I think they said that it was $60 when it launched. 64 games.
I can
96. Most expensive video game player auctions. Well, that's not.
because I want to say that wasn't it the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Gold Edition, the one that came with the RAM expansion. I think that was like what, $79, $80 for that thing back in the day because it had the RAM cartridge on it.
Oh, that article was saying that Super Mario 64 video game sells for $1.56 million. Like a never before opened 64 game, which is stupid.
You know, maybe I should have gone back and thought about opening all my Nintendo games.
Not opening them?
Yeah, like just not.
Yeah. 64 games cost around $60. It's
Okay.
kind of the census of that.
But yeah, I can get on the digital games should have cost less, but I also now understand that they're trying to push it as digital games are costing more because we're spending more time on it. We'll stop spending $500 million building this video game with a lot of your bloat that's probably in your company anyway.
Yeah, 80% of the cost to crappy live service side is they add microtransactions over hiring. Yeah. Yeah,
Or
so
just be EA and make you pay for DLC. You know, here's here's a third of the game, here's a third of the game, here's a third of the game. Now
well,
here's all
Ubisoft
of it.
is that way too now,
Okay.
for the most part. So with yeah, where was I going? It was fuck! I lost my train of thought. Son of a,
It's gone.
it's gone. When the companies go public, they do what the shareholders want. Yeah, that's the thing. They don't do what the customers want anymore. So
I can definitely see that.
where was I going with the price thing? Oh yeah, the $60. So what I was gonna say is like, honestly though, in the last, let's say the last 2 years, 2024 into 2025, aside from Baldur's Gate 3, I would say every super successful game was not a $60 game.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So you have Helldivers was a $40 game.
Okay.
Helldivers 2. Pal World was $30, $40 or whatever.
How was 40?
Yeah. When it launched, was it 40 when it launched too? Or, I thought it was 30. I thought it was 29 or something. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think it's,
anyway.
it's
it
gone up
wasn't-
and down between 40 and oftentimes it goes on sale for various Steam sales.
Yeah. But it wasn't 70. It wasn't $59 or $69. And then now this Expedition 33 Claire Obscura or whatever, not a $60 game. I think it starts out at 49, I think, and it's on sale right now for 44. Also selling like crazy. So like some of your bigger, like more popular games that have come out in the last couple of years have not been AAA $60, $70 titles. It's not even necessarily shareholders look at Ubisoft. They wanted to virtue signal rather than making a good product, and even shareholders turn against their shot callers. Yeah, that's true. That has a lot to do with a lot of things in the video game industry, honestly. But this deal with Microsoft. Microsoft is increasing the recommended asking price of Xbox hardware and accessories worldwide. Starting today, they will start charging $79 for some of the new first-party games. No one cares this holiday season. Like honestly, like I wonder how many first-party games are still selling for console at this point. I don't know. It feels like Xbox Games Pass is taking away from their first-party. Like, why would you spend $70? You could spend $20 and you could play that game for a month or whatever and beat it. And then play the next first party title drop when it releases. It seems really dumb to up their costs or whatever.
See, as a person who like me, I don't play. I'm not like you. You play a lot of games.
Yeah,
like you'll cycle through a lot of them. So I can see where for somebody like you paying $20 or $30, whatever that subscription is.
Well, I don't
to
like
just
subscription service.
Well, I'm just saying, but it's like to pay for Xbox Live to be able to play the Game Pass stuff. I could see where that is valuable to somebody like you or that type of person.
Right.
Where somebody like me who, like I've played Black Desert for almost 9 years. 43,000 hours I think I have on that game.
God damn.
And I would be better off buying the one-off game that I'm like, yeah, I'd really like to play this. Because it's not often I'm going to go jump to a new game.
Yeah.
So I think it's also different markets. But I think that this is going in I think this could go into a bad direction because if you're not making the hardware better, it's the same hardware. Why would you want to pay more for nothing at that point?
Well, I think they're just like, it sounds like they're trying to cash in on the tariff situation, thinking more. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of companies that are doing that. They're still saying, "Oh, the tariff." Like, as far as I understand how it's actually, the tariffs aren't actually imposed yet.
They're
But
paused for 90 days.
Well, they haven't actually they weren't even supposed to go into effect till like tomorrow, I think. May 2nd.
They were already supposed to be in. I think, from what I understood.
No, they didn't go into effect.
No, because he paused it right before, because it was like the countdown of, and then he says they reached an agreement because there were several countries that were going to go 0 tariffs with us. Like, what that was trying to do, from my understanding, was it sounds big and scary when you first start saying you're getting 50, you're getting whatever, and they're throwing all those big numbers up. But then what it was to do is to say, hey, let's equalize, zero out, and it gets better for both of us. So I think that's where that is right now, which is why they're paused, is trying to work out the negotiations of all those.
I commented on a Twitter post. I trolled a Twitter post. Go figure.
When are you not?
Well, yeah, every time. Anyway, basically this guy put this like shipping label saying how much the tariff shipping cost was or whatever, because of like the import cost because of shipping or whatever, and how this put the company up and said, well, now the shirts that would cost $60 are not going to cost $200. Who the is? Hang on, sorry. Hold on.
I think his roommate might be back.
Nice. So, like, I can kind of go on where he's going with this is, I think what people are trying to do is they're trying to jump ahead and start putting all their tariff inflations on it so that it's less painful when it comes up. But the realization is, I'm not going to play sides here. I'm just kind of looking at this from a business aspect. So just take this for how it is. I think really what the Trump administration is trying to do with the tariff thing is if you take him at face value for what he's saying, whether you believe he's right or wrong, if you take it at face value, he says he's trying to equalize the trade that America's been taking advantage of for a long time. Okay. I don't understand the situation. I don't know the numbers. But if a country is charging us a crap ton of money to bring something in, when we don't charge them the crap ton of money, it creates an off balance. The idea of him putting these super tariff wars out was to put strain on the company to go, hey, look, this is what unfair actually looks like. Let's talk about this for a moment. Because, like, why do we have to pay I believe it's for stuff going out, like cars and stuff that come out of the U.S., we have to pay a VAT tax on that going into their country. Where when they import something, they don't have to pay that coming in. So it's trying to equalize, I think, tariff stuff like that. And, I mean, he can carry it on from here. So, Chase, like I said, I'm not 100% sure on where exactly, but I mean, I was kind of I kind of understood where it was coming from and where you're kind of wanting to go with it. Well, I'm not as educated on it.
Well,
no, you're good.
What I was going to say with the Twitter troll, the troll post that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
This guy posted this deal about the shipping container, about the tariffs or whatever. Posted how this shirt was going to cost X amount of dollars. Posted the company's name on there. And I was like, oh, weird. So I was like, I just like copy pasted the company name, looked up their website, and was like, huh. I'm gonna look at their shirts, look at their, see if they actually had any price raises. And I was like, oh, well, let's look at About Us or whatever. So I like screenshot the About Us. And it's like, oh yeah, we went over to South Asia. We found that we could get high quality products for cheaper. We had our eureka moments. Like, oh, so you went and found cheap shit so you could bring back over here. And then as I dug in a little bit deeper, it's a Canadian company. It's not even a U.S. company. Like, what? You're trying to say that it was this guy literally posted that this was like Trump's tariffs or whatever. It's like, this is a Canadian-based company. Like, Trump didn't have anything to do with Canada's tariffs. What the fuck?
We're tariffing. Wow. We're trying to tariff Canada and Mexico. Like, but 30%.
this is between China and Canada, not between the U.S. and Canada. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, they were saying that their tariffs from their being shipped over from China was what's going to cost their prices to go up or whatever. But it was Canada.
Hey, real quick, since you brought up the China thing, I've heard that there's been a lot of Chinese companies coming out saying that they're trying to reveal the truth that all those high-end products that you would see were all made in China, like Louis Vuitton and stuff like that, have all been made in China this whole time.
If it is proven, I am still not surprised.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. We watched documentaries of that kind of stuff in school.
Exactly.
It's like, child labor bad. What's the next story? Because it was happening.
Oh my God, child labor
so much that
Louis Vuitton.
Everyone's numb to it. Oh my God.
I mean, because it was kind of news to me. Like I said, I'm more oblivious to stuff. So when that stuff started coming up, I'm like,
well,
wait,
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, that's old news.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it was just I
Didn't
just thought it was
realize
funny.
It was new to you. Sorry about that.
But with the they're saying that the cost or whatever of Xbox going up is. I'm gonna be honest with you, like
this, but if people remember, Nintendo was already talking about upping their prices before the tariffs were even announced.
Well, right, where their prices were already set, and then they pulled some stuff. I don't know. Either way, it's like. So I don't think they're.
You have the article, and I can't read this.
I think
is
Nintendo,
there anything new getting added to this, or is it just the exact Xbox as it's been shipped for this last quarter? No new updates, no new upgrades, no new. It's not like it's the
okay. In the United States, this means Microsoft's premier Xbox Series X will now cost $599 for a unit with a disc drive, up from $499. So they've raised the price $100. The digital version will cost $549, up from $4. So they've upped that price $100. On the lower end, the 1 terabyte Xbox Series S will now cost $429, up from $349. So not quite $100, but $80. And the 512 gigabyte unit, $379, up from $299, so up $80. So
it's just inflation markup. They're just literally bumping their prices for wow.
And I don't know, man. Like I don't think that this generation of Xbox has sold as many consoles. Like there was a rumor we talked about on the podcast months ago, where Xbox might actually like go the way of like how computer graphics cards are. Where, like
Everybody
NVIDIA
kinda makes theirs.
yeah.
I was there for that one.
Like a Gigabyte or Asus or whatever like
Yeah.
would make the Xbox instead of just
Yeah.
Microsoft. Button.
What the hell is burning their gas in the background of someone's call? What the fuck?
Oh, that's. I live right next to a highway. So-
Um,
Occasionally, you'll hear people with Napoleon syndrome driving as fast as they can past a school zone.
I hope their girlfriends are microbiologists.
Right? It's going to be the only way they can find it.
Yeah.
Jeez. Jade. Holy crap.
I may or may not be tired of hearing these people every day, 6 or 7 times.
This may
a day
be
for
a
the last
five-head
2
move
to
to push
3
more people to
years.
get Game Pass. I think so. I think Microsoft has been leaning toward Games Pass. I think honestly, what Microsoft is trying to do now is become the next Steam or the other Steam or whatever, where they have their launcher is on everybody's system, kind of thing.
They're trying to go the EA route, but not going quite as aggressively and stupidly as they are.
Well, they've been doing with the Xbox store or whatever.
Xbox Store, yes, but at the same time, at least you don't have to have those things to be able to play all their games,
Mhm.
Or you don't have to have
Everybody-
2 to 3
yeah.
different things to be able to play something like goddamn Assassin's Creed. Oh, you must have this launcher and this launcher. And did I mention
Yeah.
this launcher?
Yeah.
Oh, and you forgot a launcher that launches all those.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you buy the game through Steam, it opens up Uplay, and then if you're playing the new Assassin's Creed, there's an Assassin's Creed launcher in Uplay.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing that they've done.
Aren't
called
you happy
Animus.
for this launcher and launcher madness?
It's called the Animus. It also has its own microtransactions currency that's separate from Uplay currency.
Ooh.
What?
The fuck?
Gotta make them dollar bills.
Oh man!
Okay.
So, let's move on. Unless you guys want to keep talking about it's
I'm
depressing.
always happy to shit on
yeah.
these god awful prices, but
Well, let's
What
shit
else
on
have you
some.
got?
Let's shit on some other things. We've got no allow ads. No, I won't
you
allow
don't
ads.
want variety in your life.
Well, fuck variety. Then we won't look at that one.
Variety is the
Don't
spice
care.
of life, bitch.
Don't care. Basically, it was a announcement that Titanfall 3 will not be happening anymore.
Oh.
Somebody mentioned that. I don't know who mentioned it to me. But somebody's like, dude, do you know Titanfall's not getting made? I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Are you
I
serious?
mean, I'll be honest, I'm more surprised that they kept kind of pussyfooting around it this long.
I wonder how long they've stopped development. Or was this just recently? Or they kind of were like, okay, we're going to put it on hold for a little bit. Let's see if we can get things together. Or are we going to finally scrap it?
I get a feeling they wound up axing it a long time ago and just stringing folks along for a while to keep hopes up.
Mumble, I can fix that.
What are you fixing?
Well, it didn't work. Guess we're not in a server together anymore.
I might be on a server with him.
I'm gonna send him a friend request.
I was about to say, you ain't friends.
Send you a friend request on Discord.
You don't want
I'm
to be
sure I've got it.
friends.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm friends with him.
Why can't we be friends?
Why
Yeah, I've
can't
got,
we be friends? Anyway.
There you go.
We're friends. And,
Not gonna lie, that's the only fucking lyric I know.
Same.
weed pools.
It's just like,
And it just keeps
Yeah,
going.
we're gonna get a special guest on episode 69. Mumble is coming in. I sent him the link, so he'll be in here.
Hell yeah.
Probably maybe in a minute.
Got it. It's been a hot minute since I've talked to Mumble.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever talked to Mumble.
I don't
Really?
know who the fuck we're talking about.
So I found Mumble a long time ago.
Yeah, we
Seven Deadly
shared,
Sins creator.
Yeah, we played the Seven Deadly Sins mobile game.
I tried to download
Oh.
it and it never worked on my phone. I wanted to play it because I'm a Seven Deadly Sins fan, but
It
It's
was
in
actually
now.
a fairly fun game.
Yeah, the issue that really would stress any of us out. Now, Mumble, I'm not gonna shame him too hard. I know how much he had spent up until the point I quit. But I'm not gonna. I mean, like I'll say this: he spent more than me, and I spent a pretty penny on the game. So I'm not sitting here saying otherwise. But like the issue for me when it came to that game was you had to have that new unit if you were going to be like competitive. You had to have that new unit, and it had to be maxed out, and it absolutely killed
Green.
to have that. So
Welcome in, man. How's it going?
Work.
hello there.
What's up? What's up?
Trying to get your V2 remodel to work.
Yeah, I was gonna be lazy and use the PNG, but I didn't like it, so I'm green.
You can shut your camera off and then just add a clip art or whatever to that. Yeah, you can actually just put your PNG or whatever in that little circle there. Hey, that'll kind of work.
But yeah, I think I was probably the one to introduce Ace to Mumble.
Well, we met through Alouette.
Yeah.
That's a name I haven't heard in.
Yeah, no, she disappeared.
Yeah.
She might be dead or she got off the internet for sure. Like
Yeah.
she just gone.
Because I had just finished affiliating her. I know at one point I was helping Mumble out a little bit, and I was also trying to get you affiliated at the same time because I basically got several Seven Deadly Sins creators affiliated.
Yeah. See, I jumped in on Alouette's stream when she was like the 20th follower or something like that.
Yeah, you were pretty early on. I was number 2.
Yeah.
For her.
It was
I couldn't find it, so I just went with Steve.
that'll work.
Nice.
Close enough. Welcome in, man.
What's up?
You get a card. And weirdly enough, I actually was looking at my board over here and I missed a card for my guest, so I gotta contact him and get him back on the podcast and fix my wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We'll get to the card. So I found another article here that's not just trying to say, oh, you need to remove your ad blocker. You need to kiss my ass. Wrong button. Nearly a decade of waiting for the highly anticipated Titanfall 3. Recent announcement from Respawn has killed most of the hope I had for a return to one of my favorite sci-fi gaming franchises returning anytime soon. Following less than expected sales for recent titles like Dragon Age: The Veilguard, profits from EA's ongoing live service titles, the company has tragically laid off a significant portion of its development teams. While EA took the brunt of the layoffs itself, Respawn Entertainment also significantly affected, with over 100 positions being cut as part of the decision. So I actually saw there was something like he was actually glad that it was going to be canceled because despite the countless rumors of Titanfall 3 releasing over the years, there's been a very little Titanfall news in EA Respawn aside from the vague social media posts acknowledging the franchise and hinting at it coming entirely. It isn't being entirely abandoned. The next Beta R7 was set in a Titanfall universe and planned a closer successor of Titanfall 2, but has been officially canceled as part of the most recent layoffs rather than putting resources toward Titanfall, another unnamed FPS project. Push more toward resources toward proven franchises like Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi series. Instead,
isn't Apex technically what Titanfall was supposed to be at one point?
Yeah.
it's set in the Titanfall universe.
Okay.
On top of the devastating news for Titanfall fans, I was more than a little confused by the direction EA was taking with the next entry in the series. While I am more than a little desperate for any Titanfall content at this point, I can't say that I would have looked forward to yet another multiplayer spin-off of the series riddled with microtransactions. Yeah, so they were just going to try to basically cross over Apex to Titanfall.
Probably.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like that would work out too well.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, no. Probably the creator's pretty thankful that it's not gonna get fucking Wendigoed out there.
Even the canceled Project
Skin
R7 has
water.
survived long enough to make out the development phase. I am hesitant to believe Titanfall's second spin-off would have reached anywhere near the level of success of Apex Legends. So Project R7 was going to be an extraction shooter. Too late on that.
Yeah.
Bandwagon. trying to find out where this guy he basically shitting on it. Despite EA's lack of focus on single player only experiences, I mean, yeah, they've been live service for years. I am full boycott EA.
Might not.
I remember when it used to be the cool thing to hear the EA Sports. It's in the game, and you're like, yeah. You know, I mean, this is way back when. I mean, this is like MLB, NHL, and you're like, you knew you were getting a good freaking game.
EA's monetization has me worried about Titanfall 3. Yeah, so it sounds like they were going to try to make Titanfall like a live action
Popularity of
multiplayer.
Apex Legends seems to be just
Okay.
Still holding out hope.
Hmm.
I can't say that I'm okay. Yeah. Canceled Project R7 would have featured a similar level of microtransactions and the implementation of a battle pass. I can't say that I'm too disappointed that it will never come to fruition. It's no secret that Apex Legends monetization has some of the most expensive in-game in the genre, stretching the definition of microtransaction to yeah, for sure. They are expensive. If you try to get like the heirloom, like there's like one for each character has like a special thing they can carry around. It doesn't do nothing. It's just a cosmetic.
Yeah.
To get that at certain points when it is available could cost you up around $200 to $300.
Ugh.
And this basically sounds like they wanted to introduce the CS:GO skin types or the CS skin type thing to this, but not because I mean people talk about how some of those skins are absurdly expensive, but also the issue is you can sell them to other players, so that's where the money comes
You
in.
can't sell the Apex ones.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
so
that's my limited
Titanfall
knowledge
3, I don't know, man. Like, honestly, like, I just hope that there's a trailer that I have pulled up for another mech game that's not made by a major developer, like not an EA or whatever. Just like give me something that's independent. You know, freaking Armored Core 6 was amazing. FromSoft did amazing on that game.
I never played it.
Nemo, is that your like background in the noise?
I don't.
Is it a fan?
I don't have a fan on.
I don't know whose it is.
I don't think it's me.
I hear it too. I have a fan on, but my fan's never been a problem.
Mumble, is it you?
I do not have a
It's
fan
pushing.
running. It might be my computer.
Uh-oh.
My laptop.
That's
used to do
no
that.
fan. That's a toaster going on to
You can
nitrous.
you can try the background. It's hit or miss, but there is a background noise gate deal inside the StreamYard's stuff. May try it. Okay. Let's go. I saw this. I wanted to talk about this. What website is this? Holy crap. Xcancel.com. Okay. That's a website. Claire Obscura Expedition 33. Here we are 3 days after launch, 1 million copies sold. So I'm hearing a lot of great things about this game from people who are playing it. They're saying it is like it's turn-based. It's a turn-based RPG that has like some Dark Souls style stuff. There is a active dodge and parry system, even though it's turn-based.
Wait,
Ooh.
what?
Yeah.
I like that.
So fighting in the middle of combat, you can dodge and parry, which one guy's kind of semi-review or whatever, he said that like he really enjoyed it. He fought a boss that he was under-leveled for, but still ended up beating it because of skill, not just because of pure numbers and levels and stuff. So looks really good.
So
I'm hearing a lot of great things about it.
Is this kind of like the idea of what we always wish with Pokemon, where you know how the trainer battles, you always hear them where they're exchanging, but you don't have to take the hard turn, wait, because it's basically you have to face tank whatever they send at you. You actually have a chance to respond. Is what this is basically allowing you to do?
Yeah, well, so I guess me and Bushman were talking about it. If you ever played Super Mario RPG, there was like a thing in Super Mario RPG where when Mario would attack, if you hit your button at this right time, his punch would be like a critical.
Okay.
So it kind of gives you. So I'm guessing if an attack's coming at you, you have a certain window to hit the dodge or parry button, but you don't move around the battlefield trying to attack. You just, you know, it's very like behind the shoulder Persona-esque camera styles or whatever.
Okay.
I can start. Let's see if we can pull up some menus from it or whatever.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
$50 on Steam.
It was on sale for 44, but
Well, let me get into the actual page. No, it's 49 right now.
come on, man, let me copy and paste this.
Very positive reviews. 23,000. It was released a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a week
remember
ago
watching
today.
the trailer. We watched the trailer for it. We're like, I don't think we like this or whatever. But then I'm hearing so many good things about it. So see if I can find some like. Yeah. So here's like the combat. How the combat looks. So it's like over the shoulder. You've got your, you can skills, items, whatever. And then your party comes through or whatever.
Mhm.
Very, it's the story's really weird though. It's like time dilation stuff. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm curious. I may pick it up one of these days. I don't know if I'm in the headspace for a turn-based RPG or whatever, but we will see.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing somebody now using the parry type thing. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah. One more thing, and this kind of touches back to Nightingale too. We talked about this before. Was the marathon thing? And Mumble, are you familiar with the marathon? Bungie's new game.
Not particularly.
So it's in alpha right now. Marathon alpha players want the game to be delayed. So that's a headline.
That is definitely a headline.
Mhm.
We watched the trailers for it. I judged it really harshly. I listened to the concept of the game sounds really cool, but it is a multiplayer PvP PvE extraction shooter.
Mhm.
It is going to be a premium game. Well, they say it won't cost $70, but it'll probably be a $40 or $50 game. So they are charging for it, and it's going to be a live service game, and it's going to be all online.
Sorry.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, because that kind of comes basically for me. I associate that with Black Desert, because that's basically kind of what it sounds like, except MMO versus extraction shooter, but live service. Action art. You're in PvP, like open world PvP type stuff. To me, it's a niche market, and there's people who are going to love it, and there's people who are going to hate it.
I think they just kind of zone in too much on the shooter aspect of that, right? If you look at Elden Ring, at just the basic fundamental level of the game, that is an extraction game, right? You got so many souls or whatever. If you die, you lose them all.
Okay.
So I think honestly, the next big game is going to be like an extraction quote unquote game, but it's going to be more based on like Elden Ring style, but PvP related. Like that would be massive.
I didn't even realize Elden Ring was multiplayer for the longest time.
Yeah.
I thought it was like basically another single player Dark Souls like.
Well, Dark Souls were multiplayer. It's like
I didn't realize any of them were multiplayer. What?
Yeah, there's specific scenario multiplayer type things. Like only in certain areas can you summon another player, and once you beat that boss, the other player goes out of your game again. There are mods. I do want to play. There's like a seamless co-op mod. For Elden
It's
Ring.
fun. It breaks it completely.
Oh, I imagine, yeah. But
you never got invaded while you were trying to do a quest and got killed?
Oh yeah, fight guys. Well, that's the bad thing. One dude invaded us, and the boss, like there was a boss next to him, like an area boss, the lion thing in the castle area, the first castle you go to, and he was like hanging out around and that boss won't attack the NPC, the player that comes in and invades you. So he's just sitting out there shooting arrows and crap at us, and if we step out, the boss will attack us too. So we're like friggin' pinned down in there. That sucked.
I think my worst was right around Malekith, like that bridge going up to him. Dude just kept invading, sitting right in front. I'm like, bruh.
Oh. Yeah. So we got a Steam charts thing here. I didn't want to go to Twitter.
Ooh. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Max all-time peak in the last 4 days was 69.19. Users right now 1443. In
Wow.
like this guy says, yes, it's the closed alpha. Yes, players are limited, but it is a pretty big drop off for a closed alpha game that you have a limited amount of time to play. If they were having fun with it, they'd still be playing it.
Mhm.
That's a huge fucking drop off.
And it to me, it definitely doesn't lean into what players wanted from Bungie, and probably no doubt that the shooting mechanics and stuff after playing Destiny and Halo and stuff like that, the shooting mechanics are going to be rock solid. The gameplay will probably be really good, really solid gameplay, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to sell to anybody. Like having those core fundamentals made Destiny really good, but there was also everything else that made Destiny 1 wasn't really super expansive. There wasn't a whole lot to do once you got past the story quest, like until like the raids and stuff started opening. But it wasn't overly massive or anything like that. But it was still a fun gameplay loop to do.
Yeah.
And if this isn't a fun game, if this is
I would
loop,
throw a slightly different view on it. To me, the game for Destiny 1 didn't truly kick off until the Taken King.
right? That's
And
what I
then once
mean.
the Taken King, the game became a holy shit moment.
Yeah, it became a whole different
And then-
game for sure.
Yeah, and then Rise of Iron was the peak. It was the pinnacle. And then we flumbled into whatever the hell.
2 was fun at the beginning, like playing against was it Caduceus or whatever? What was the
Caduceus?
Caduceus? Yeah, the first raid boss.
Callus.
Callus, yes, thank you, that one.
Yep.
Callus was the first raid boss. Like playing up into the Leviathan and stuff like that was fun, but then I think after that, I don't think I beat another raid after the initial.
I did a
stuff in
few
Destiny
of them.
2. I played through the second raid in Destiny 2, but I don't think I ever beat it because it was the shadow monsters that came out, and they had like there was that whatever world that was. It was like the next area in Destiny 2. I don't remember.
It was the Forsaken.
Yeah, the Forsaken. Yeah.
God, those guys are annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't
All
worry.
right.
Since then, they've added more terrifying and horrible shit to have to deal with.
Well, let's jump into the VTuber drama, and since
We have
Nightingale
several VTubers.
doesn't really know what was going on, basically, I'll give you the TLDR of it, and we can
All
go
right.
over some of this other stuff. Cinder was this pretty little VTuber or whatever. She basically backstabbed all of her close friends, people that called her friends, people that they collabed with.
Yeah.
Did this like over the top stuff behind the scenes to try to like get their art canceled, gaslighting their artist to get them canceled.
Keeping in mind her whole shtick was like she's independent, like she's one of the biggest independent people
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But her whole shtick is friendship, blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
well,
I love my friends. And then
I think she said I think that somebody said her tagline was Hellhound with a heart from heaven or something like that.
Yeah.
That was
Something
her
like
tagline.
that.
Something
That-
hypocritical like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But she also wound up stealing one person's artwork every time that poor woman tried to make a new outfit.
Well, it was
Cinder
very
would have it
weird.
a couple of months
You mean,
later.
you mean Silver?
Spite.
She kept
No,
stealing.
Spite.
Oh yeah, she. Sorry, it was Spite. She kept stealing outfits, and I was like, I don't know why I got those two confused in my head.
Well, okay. Here's the
literally-
thing. Here's my thing on that. Like Spite come out and was like, oh, and I do feel bad. Like I don't know if it was stolen, or if it's just weird
It wasn't
coincidence or
stolen.
whatever.
It was
but-
not stolen. It was copied.
But Spite went from a 300 concurrent to 2,500 concurrent. So she got on her bandwagon. So I have no issues with Spite, but like, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna.
You know it's going to be a bad story when it's the same thing every time. The
Yeah.
mod manager ends up being the boyfriend too, like you know it's going to end bad.
Yeah.
She
It's-
tried to at the end. She tried to like hide behind like, oh, I didn't know Red was doing this. I didn't know Red was doing this, even though they're literal screenshotted
Yeah, they're
messages
screenshots,
confirming that
So-
she knew what Red was doing the whole time and condoned it. Like she tried to push all the blame onto him, but it was just.
Yeah,
I feel so bad for Nano. God damn.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
Nanolith is the artist.
hmm
And here's all the screenshots of basically Redacted is Cinder's boyfriend manager. And so
And the
but
reason why
there's
it's
points
so-
there's point I don't know if it's in these, but there's one of these screenshots where Cinder actually shows up in the DMs too. So like she's in this group chat between Redacted and Nanolith or whatever.
the reason why it was such a big deal is Nanolith is the pretty much premier person when it comes to VTuber models. Like you see
I
a
didn't-
good VTuber model.
Yeah, I didn't know how many
She's
she
done
had
it.
made.
Yeah, she's worked with Iron Mouse. She's worked with Shy Lily, just all the biggest VTubers you can think of. So that's why it's such an important thing, because she basically was trying to like backstab and sabotage her best friends while all trying to get her under an exclusive contract.
Yeah, being like, oh,
So-
if you want to, okay, I have a.
Well, that's not what I wanted. Why did it? I didn't want to go to Twitter. I was trying to just get this one image pulled up here because here's like the
Yeah.
actual gallery, but it just brings up her X account, which is not what I wanted.
Can you
Here
not
it is.
hit right
Here it
click
is.
open?
I got it. So these are all the models she'd worked on, and then there's 3 here in the background. They're blacked out still, but
Meaning they haven't even been revealed yet.
yeah, they
it
haven't been
was-
revealed.
So bad because Cinder was doing this for years. I think it was Bao's birthday art or birthday.
It was
fever?
Silver's birthday art.
Yeah, so sorry. I'm
It was-
getting
it
all
was
these guys confused in my
Bao's-
head.
It was Bao's Subathon art.
Yes, Bao's Sabathon art, and then like Cinder was in the group chat while while Silver was being like, my birthday thing got canceled because Nano's too busy,
No.
and Cinder said nothing.
Yeah, that was Bao. Yeah, Bao had said that. Yeah, there's receipts for that too. That Bao had said that she had. Yeah, she's like, oh, Nano had to cancel my art. She was super sad about it, and Cinder was in that group chat and said nothing because she
Yeah.
was the one that basically gaslit. Well, her manager boyfriend was the one that gaslit them to get there. Yeah, so
Weird.
it,
And I'm gonna be honest, looking at those models, I don't see anything impressive about any of them.
well, they all move really well.
Yeah, to be fair, that's
All
a
rigged really
still image. Like think Iron Mouse, think Shy Lily, like all of
Yeah.
the rigging, all of it. Like she's very good at what she does.
Yeah. Like
That's
there's a lot of VTuber artists who are like, okay, I've made the split up model. Now send this to a rigger and then send it to this other person. That's like no. Nano does all of it. When you receive something from Nano, it is fully ready to go to stream that
Mhm.
second.
And they're
That is hard to
probably
find.
$10,000 to $15,000 commissions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like she works on them
$10,000
for-
commissions to start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she
makes
works
sense.
on them for ages.
Yeah, it takes about 3 to 6 months to fully
Yeah.
do those.
Yeah, and then she came out with her own apology. So Nanolist dropped a Google document explaining everything. Bao dropped a Google document explaining everything. Spite dropped a Google document explaining everything of her interactions with it. And then Silvervale also did dropped a document. The Silvervale one was really weird because like Cinder had like came up to one of her meet and greets at a con or something and like kind of pushed her way up front, had a picture taken with her, and then like basically asked her manager to get in contact with her so they could do a collab together.
Yeah.
Silvervale says, "Look, I'm not really into collabing right now." And then she says something like, "Oh, look, we could do songs or we could do merch or whatever." And she's like, "I don't really want to." Silvervale says, "Thank you, but I don't really want a transactional relationship." You know, so
Yeah, understandably.
and basically after that, they start shitting on her. So they shit all over Silvervale about it. I listened to her stream the other day where she was breaking down crunch. She's like, this person, she's like, I didn't go and do TwitchCon or whatever because she was afraid that Cinder would be there. or whatever. So she was actually
That's
afraid
not-
to run into her because of the bullying and stuff. So she didn't want to interact with them, but she was afraid if she got caught, IRL with them, that she would be forced to interact with them or something, and she didn't want to do that.
My brain's just still, every time y'all say Silver Veil, I think back to when she was literally nobody and I'd shit on her in Black Desert. Literally, she was one of the ones that I wouldn't go out like seeking to PvP her and kill her randomly. Like, I'm not going to go into her stream. I wasn't going to do that. I mean, this is back when she had maybe 10 people in her chat.
Yeah.
But it's just still remembering when Silver Veil was nobody and she walks across my grind spot. I'm alt seeing and she got blown up. And
And that's your game because you're in a PvP video game.
she was there, she was gone, and it's just weird when y'all talk about her. I can only think of her back during her shitter BDO days, and that's as far as I go because that's all my brain processed of her.
Mental health condition characterized by significant instabilities in mood, relationships, and self-image, as well as borderline personality disorder. Yeah, well, so the thing is, like, the way it was worded, like, she thought of the way it seemed to me is like she thought of everybody as a transactional relationship, basically.
Yeah.
They weren't friends, they were just business acquaintances. And she was trying to backstab them to further her own career. I watched her when she first came out and she blew up fast. And I was like, I don't know. Not for me.
She came literally out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, she debuted with an analyst model that helped her.
Yeah.
But she got in with the collabs with Bao and then that same group of VTubers. She got into those collabs, and that's how she blew up. Is being in those spots, and she wormed her way in. Said what she had to say. Everybody thought she was super nice. And come to find out, she wasn't. And then in her apology, she throws redacted under the bus. Obviously, says, "Oh, I didn't have any knowledge about that,"
It's
which
like, I
is
didn't know.
100% bullshit. Yeah, and like I said, I did a tweet saying like, here, my take on it or whatever was the excuse I'm a small brain whammon is not gonna fly here. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I'm just an innocent
And it
little girl on the
shouldn't.
internet, and you should, and it
If you feel
and
bad,
there was
no
there was like no actual apology, no accountability
No.
taken in her.
Yeah, no. It was just
like,
word salad.
Someone actually wound up counting. She only started apologizing at the end of page 5, and there's a whole whopping total of 20 times she said sorry within the last 2 pages.
So there was, and then she also had no screenshots. She had no receipts or anything like that. So to me, I don't know if there's been any other interaction from her since that tweet. I don't know. I haven't looked. It's nothing really has been popping up about it. Honestly, her really only option is just to fade into obscurity and let that model and that character just die and work on a new voice and come back as a new character in a year. That's it. That's the only thing she can do. She literally burnt every bridge. She has nothing. There's nowhere for her to go.
But I mean, people are gonna know at some point.
At some point,
You'd be surprised at how
But the internet's memory is very short. Sadly.
Yeah, not to mention if you went on 4chan at all, they were all like, oh, I don't care what she did. I just want to suck on her booba. And it's like, oh my God.
Well, there are stupid people on the internet. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And there's enough of them that she won't lose her career entirely, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it just may
Also,
go more
on top of this, she was bad enough. On top of this, she cheated on her previous
current boyfriend.
Oh, that was the current boyfriend.
She cheated on Redacted with another guy, and she gave a longer, more heartfelt apology to the guy that she cheated on her current boyfriend with.
What the
than she did to Bao, Lily, or anybody else.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that Shy Lily came out with a career-ending post.
Oh my
God! That was
Lily,
an entire college
apart.
essay's worth, and it was to get
never
that far on
Lily
Shy
that
Lily.
Mad.
To get that far on Shy Lily's bad side, you have to do something horrendous.
Well, she says, I've watched all of her videos too. She says, she's like, I told them in a group chat one day, if you ever fuck with my friends, I don't care who you are, I will destroy you. She's like, you can go back and find that stream, and that's my exact quote.
Who, the Shy Lily character?
Shy Lily said it. In in a group chat, and not necessarily to
I
those
love
girls
Lily.
or whatever, but like
Just in general, fuck with my friends and Angry Lily.
You will get the business end of the shark.
Orca,
was an
which is
orca.
worse.
Orca, sorry.
Interesting.
No, sadly, our shark wound up graduating this month.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
other
I
sad
heard
news.
that. I saw that from Guron. I'm like, no.
Yeah, she is officially graduated. She is on to different pastures, but we do hope that our lovely shark is having a fun time wherever she decides to go. Another
Yeah.
VTuber that wound up graduating rather suddenly. I'm still waiting on extra info that's going to come out, but Flutter, do you remember Niji Sanji's Ike Eveland?
Not really.
He was from their initial wave of all-male VTubers Luxium.
I'm not familiar with the earlier. I'm not that familiar with the earlier VTubers, unfortunately.
That's valid. I was super into Luxium when they first came out because I was like, oh my god, guy VTubers. So
So many
I was-
straps and zippers and bells and whistles and
yeah, and Giant
Man
Man Booba. I was
inspired an
in
entire fashion
fangirl
movement.
heaven. But basically what happened to them is they fucked over an old friend, ruined
guess
all
that.
of their careers. Yeah, the Selin Tatsuki thing. And one of the people who was on the black video was Ike Eveland. And now all of a sudden, as of yesterday, April 30th, he was just fired. There's no other way to put it. He was fired. They nuked his YouTube and his social media. There's no videos you can find of Ike Eveland on his channel right now because they wound up posting on Niji Sanji, hey, we've come to the difficult conclusion that we're parting ways with our liver Ike Eveland. We want to thank him for all the hard work. Here's when he's quitting today. Here's when all of his stuff's going down today. You can finish sending him things by the end of May. Like, Ike, what the fuck did you do, bro?
like
I don't know. Matara Khan was also not renewed in her V Shoujo contract.
But she still gets to keep her avatar. She now gets to go
Well, V
indie.
Shoujo, V Shoujo is that's
Also a hell of a lot more honorable of a company than Niji Sanji.
Well, Niji Sanji, I'm surprised they're still even doing anything. Has anybody even watched them?
literally a,
Honest to
nick-
God,
a
same.
nickname for and isn't a nickname for Visojo like the Niji Sanji retirement home?
Yeah,
Basically.
because I mean, Michi Mochi V, she used to be a liver from there. Mika Melatika was her name. K9 Kuro used to be
Yeah, most
Mysterious.
like half of the people that well, a lot of them come over from
Matara
Niji.
Khan was
Matara. So I got the Shy
holy
Lily
shit, I
tweet
can't
put
remember her
up.
name.
Pulled
Yeah.
up was the absolute audacity to say. So this is she directly replying to Cinder's apology. The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight is absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you've caused to the ones closest and most supportive of you has been devastating, and I have never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I have ever had the displeasure of supporting.
That
Reading
line,
and hearing
Yeah,
of
reading and hearing how you've really viewed me behind my back, and not just through screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages while having to sit here and read through these bullshit lies you spread makes me want to vomit. To claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that basically operate as the same person, sharing every waking moment together while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into your most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given, even when talking about your friends, is sickening. Is that a bot?
I
Yeah.
Thanos snapped it.
Nice, thank you.
So you fan snapped it so fast I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
I'm used to
Uh,
doing this on stream. Imagine playing BDO mid action combat. You see a bot, you alt C real quick, gone, and back again. And you got to do that without dying.
I have experienced your own
I've done that
actions
mid
without
daylight.
rage in a situation where your own screenshotted words you express pressure to live up to what Lily is, and then proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning just because you consistently chose business over friends, never feeling bad for failing them. So that that quote right there, that context, that is Numi. She was supposed to do an IRL live concert with Numi. Planned it for months ahead of time. Had the set list like in like 2 weeks before the concert was actually supposed to happen. Cinder canceled, and then rescheduled this collab with Shy Lily about this V card company or whatever
Mhm.
on the same day of Numi's concert.
But then she also wound up ditching on Lily, didn't she?
No, but she did. But no, she ended up going there, and then used Lily as an excuse of why she couldn't make it to Numi's concert or whatever.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah. To claim it's just business is well in the business world, has to be accountability, and all you've done is to try to shove it away and admit to nothing. A true narcissistic fashion. You're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences in your career, and try to salvage it. I am sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I am especially sorry for your fans. The Pyro Pups deserve better. Yeah, Lily.
I like that one in between though. You
Oh,
skipped
the one I
one there
skipped.
that I just love. Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one up the people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platforms to earn from to begin with. You're
Yeah.
welcome, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
ooh,
forgot about that one.
that's my favorite line.
Yeah.
For me, the displeasure of supporting line is my personal favorite. Because Jesus, holy
The
shit.
fakest person I've ever had the
Displeasure of supporting. Just
Spooky. Welcome
holy
in.
shit.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
the crazy.
I feel bad for them though. I feel bad for all the people who are having to go through this shit. I wish they didn't have to. I wish it wasn't dragged out into the public like this because God knows it's embarrassing. I mean, not feeling sorry for Cinder. I'm feeling sorry for Bao and them because it's embarrassing for them too. They're hurting.
Yeah. During Bao's next stream, she literally couldn't keep herself together. She kept crying.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
It
bawled her eyes
was
out.
it was so hard to listen to.
There was something that I thought, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the. I'm gonna get you guys' take on it.
Mhm.
So there's a candle company that made a candle called "It's Just Business" or whatever, and had like flames on it, and then the
Oh, no.
tagline was "It smells like a bad apology." I thought it was funny. Apparently, a lot of other VTubers were like, "Oh, I'm super disappointed in your company. I don't want to work with you." There was a
fuck?
bunch of
Give me a
People can't take a
sponsorship.
joke
I will
these
burn
days.
that shit all day.
That's all it is.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? I don't even want to. Let me see if I can find them here.
Shout out to the company with the special candles. Let's go. I mean, I can't remember the candle company that I want to get, but I do know that their candle names always make me cackle because it's like one of them is my first hospitalized small children, and it's like lavender and coconuts.
That
Yeah.
candle. Does it smell like a ukulele?
It better.
Well, see, so here's I don't want to push my reply. It's not. I wanted to. So here's all the VTubers. I don't really care about the drama. This is actual bonfires. So this one's funny. Weirdo behavior for sticking to your guns. Fight dropping creators. It literally telling you this was a shitty thing to do. Yikes. When the wind is slow. Okay. Y'all disappointed me. Profiting off folks' sadness. Folks got hurt, and y'all being selfish, trying to make a quick buck. This is like literally, there's people do this shit all the time. And let's be
People
honest.
not know what satire is anymore.
Yeah, well, that's
No, they
that's the
don't.
problem. They don't actually. Nobody actually understands.
Their
humor.
skin is so thin that
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
smallest abrasive breeze could have them bleed out on the floor.
I mean,
Yeah.
good.
Not gonna lie,
natural
selling
selection.
something for profit in the midst of some situation where people have been genuinely hurt is kind of weird. These people, okay. Here's the thing. My thing is like, what happened is terrible, and like I am very much against like you break loyalty to people. That is a cardinal sin in my book. I do not like
Mhm.
that. I hate that. But it is in most of the cases like they weren't physically hurt. There's no lives that were actually lost. They lost a friend. They were mental anguish of being hurt, true, but those things will pass. Those things will fade, over time.
It's not like losing a
being-
limb or a family member.
Yeah, being able to joke about it, and I've seen so many quote, like somebody clips and stuff of like Cotton and all these other people saying, "Oh, it's just business" or whatever, and they start laughing about it because it's a meme. But these other smaller VTubers or whatever, like you denied me when I applied to join this brand and accused me of shit. Honestly, I think I dodged a bullet. It's just bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you got to think half of these is again just virtue signaling. They think it's what they're
Yes.
supposed to say, so they post it to get
Right.
likes
Yeah.
and all this other stuff too. So
It
When,
doesn't
it's, when the
sound
actual
scented.
victims think it's
Ooh.
hilarious.
there was another one of the VTubers I had just recently followed posted, and that's how I found this. And she's like, she had her scent on there, and she said, well, she told them that they should pull it down, and they didn't pull it down. She said, well, okay, then pull my stuff off your store, and this company just did. They pulled it right off, and then they were like, oh, but we don't. You can go support this other candle company. It's like shut the fuck up. Just that's. And I was like, unfollow. I was like, I don't want to hear your dumb ass anymore. Like, I don't want to see you on my timeline. It just
See, I'm so far out of
take
the
a joke.
VTuber scene. Like my VTubers that I basically know were all right here. These
Yeah.
are all the VTubers. These were all the VTubers I knew. Outside of like Breezer and there was Alu was the other. Like VTuber thing was very
Well, I
weird
tried
to
it.
me.
I did
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm saying.
VTuber
But
thing
like
at the
all of
beginning.
y'all were VTubers. Like Mumble had the penguin.
He's got his own. He's got his own VTuber now.
Well, I just remember it when it was a penguin because he had that for a while.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, I just went with it because it's lazy. You know how easy it is to just turn that on, not have to put pants on?
Yeah,
Club
I mean, I
Penguin.
get it.
And then I remember
But-
obviously yours, and then of course I've seen several
All right,
of
biblically
Nemo's,
accurate
and then
Flutter.
Flutter's cursed whatever is going on up there. But like I remember Flutter's first PNG tuber when I found her.
This model that Nemo's got's really cool. What is it called?
It's the Suica model. Suiika.
So
It's a
basically,
bit
you can buy
expensive.
this. It's just $130,
Mhm.
but it's got
It's a
all
little
the
bit
sliders.
expensive.
So this is Nemo's. Spooky has one. Looks completely different. There's another.
I also wound up having one. It'll be a bit of a early surprise for folks because
exclusive.
for those of you who know my lore, you realize that technically this form of me is a shadow. The original form is an albino cannibal. We love her. So I decided, well, if you don't, she'll fucking eat you, so you better.
Oh God. Oh my.
Okay.
She is the definition of mommy issues.
Oh, hang on. Let's
Okay.
Nice.
Technically, I'm a penguin. I'm not human, so don't eat me.
Yep.
Bitch, that just means it's penguin meat.
It's chicken.
Turns
Shit.
into a penguin. Now it's cannibalism.
Yeah, the same model with all the different toggles and stuff, so you can basically change everything.
So that's the same model. Holy shit.
Exact same model. And you can change it
It's
all
just a
the
bunch
way
of
down to the
toggles.
feeties. Looky, you can have no shoes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
The OnlyFans fans.
It's
are
got
just
like
going
waving
crazy for
toggles
that.
and stuff too. And does it have like different face toggles and stuff?
You can have the eyes basically go down lower so you look younger, or you can have them go up higher.
These are
You're
like
able
a-
to change if
like
they're
a
angled.
crying. or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah, the emotes.
Yeah, emotes. You only see half your face. So
Okay.
Give me a second, then. Let me change back.
this is all baked in. So 100. I
Yeah.
paid $150 for my Titus
Uh-huh.
model.
Yeah.
and it was just the torso with no hands.
Yeah.
This model.
Also,
yeah.
the glasses shine, which is a nice touch.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the rigging,
It's
like
so
the little
subtle.
little dangle deal on her band there with the star.
Do you have the ability to edit the actual like
Oh
rigging
my
of
God,
that
your
thing?
Apogee is a hokey. What the fuck is it
Depends
called?
on who you buy it from. Some lock
Um,
it so you can't change it past.
It's
what
moving.
they-
Exotic butters.
You're
Of course.
technically allowed to change the colors.
But you
but-
can't get in and change like how that face is
No.
rotating. Okay.
No, they would rather you didn't mess with that. If anything, you would have to ask the creator if they would allow you to change the files.
So I
I'm
watched
not
her.
saying ask the creator. I'm saying you do this behind their back on it. And, like,
No,
I watched her.
no, that
like,
actually
That is very
violates that violates the agreement that you sign when you buy this model to use it.
Yeah.
that's why we just do it behind the scenes. Because what I'm looking at is that face is stiff, and it needs to have more of that natural curve when it turns, so that it doesn't look like you're rotating the layer in 3D
Yeah,
space,
that-
so that it has
Valid.
more of a natural curve when you got your head.
I get that.
Valid.
It's just those models are much more expensive because the
Yeah.
the making the whole cylinder face, because you gotta basically, because it's a bunch
I
of
know
2D
I have
planes.
live.
And you
2,
gotta.
I have live 2D
I know you-
5.0. So
It's much more expensive.
it's one
But
button
yeah.
now with the new thing. You can do it.
I
in
am
one
gonna
click
gift.
and
I'm still gonna gift you VTube Studio so you can take a little fluttery thing away.
You don't like watching her dance in the corner? But yeah, one of my favorite. Oop, wrong way. One of my other favorite things about this model is how
get-
expressive the ears are.
You can do
it's like-
cartwheels.
Yes, I can do cartwheels. But yeah, look, even the eyeballs, they end up. You can have it set to where it's like, when you get excited, they get wider,
yeah.
and of course, my hair.
Swoosh, swoosh.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, I was watching her set this model up. She streamed it to her Discord. It's basically just a bunch of sliders, like a character creator.
Let
Okay.
me
It's
do
set up.
a quick.
I would love to have
redeem.
I'd love to be able to do a lore accurate VTuber model for myself, but unfortunately, that would mean making my own custom stuff, because this is all free assets from I forgot what the hell it was.
Your
YouTube
Vroid
Studio.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's Vroid Studio.
Yeah, Vroid. It's all free stuff. So
We have 4
they're like, yeah, I
years.
paid nothing for it, and I have no customization.
Well, you can
So-
do some. It's just a pain in the ass. It took me a
Right.
long time to figure out how to do skin on that thing.
At least you
Yeah.
can run a VTuber model in a game at the same time. I tried to run mine and play Lockdown. My computer's like, nah, bro, it ain't happening.
Your computer locks down.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you just got to spend $3,000 on a gaming rig.
God,
or
no.
learn to do it, yourself.
Mm.
No,
Well, I
on
mean,
the
I'm so
computer.
out of date at this
Or
point.
not
My,
the, yeah.
my CPU, bro, it's struggle busting. It's an
Yeah.
i7 6700. So yeah, it's
God.
My
I even
I-
feel that when I play Oblivion.
I should send you the specs of my computer, because when I sent it to these
your
other guys,
computer has DOS specs.
Yeah.
when I sent it to these other guys, they're like, "Are you sure you're not playing in a museum?"
Right.
It was that bad. Like, I sent it first to Hellcrest, and he was like, "Are you okay? Do I need to-" Like, it was
Who
so
hurt you?
bad.
Yeah.
Because my motherboard is from 2010. And it's
Oh,
not even a
shit.
good motherboard from 2010. It's a bad one from 2010.
I'm right there with you. And on top of that, mine's Alienware, so it's proprietary. I can't even
Oh,
swap it out.
God.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am so sorry.
Was it at least made
Yeah.
during one of the good years of Alienware?
No, it's the
Mm.
R5. Like I've upgraded everything I could
Oh.
up to the point, but now, yeah, I'm just the CPU's
Oh.
killing it at this point.
How is it not on fire?
I don't know.
Oof.
I was all excited. I
Probably
played
because you're
Oblivion.
a
The
fan,
first
huh?
thing, the first screen I get is a little pop up and said, "Ha, your computer sucks so bad. It only has 4 cores. It needs 6. It might be janky." Like, thanks, game. Thanks for
Goddamn.
Hey, Mumble, just why don't you just let off your 7 Deadly Sins account, and then you can afford a new computer.
Well, see, that's what I did. I already sold it, and then that's
Oh,
how I
shit.
got 4070.
Oh, damn. Never mind.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
At least you got a good upgrade out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't really have a lot of time for this. We're gonna go through it real quick though. So I've got the Borderlands 4 official gameplay overview. It's 20 minutes long. We're not gonna watch all 20 minutes. Oh, let me hang on. I forgot. I gotta switch this. Hold up.
I mean, they already killed all the hype for their own game.
I don't want to see how farther they bastardized my boy.
I'm just curious to see this. So
I will say that probably one of the biggest laughs I had was playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
I actually still want to play that one. I haven't played that one.
If
I haven't
okay,
tried it
if
yet.
you play it, let me know. I want to play through it again with people
Okay.
because it is Wonderlands is its own
Heyo,
unique
I'm
thing,
Randy
and it's
Pitchford.
freaking.
Oh, we don't want to see that.
Hi,
Guy.
Randy.
All right, let's
The
look at.
perfect entry point
Shut
than
up.
ever before.
What is that shirt?
Brand new planet, all in service of making you feel like a total badass.
It's the perfect entry point for new players with incredible.
Ugh.
What is that shirt?
Someone needs to burn that for him. That is.
So, dude decided to put a tapestry on him. Like, what the fuck?
It's
I mean,
silk.
you're
Go
questioning
ahead,
a guy that got
Go
caught.
Look
hang
at
your
his
great
arms.
great grandma's curtains
It's
back
silk.
up. Jesus Christ.
Is he wearing a muumuu?
This is my aunt's couch cushions.
You're forgetting the guy left his.
I'm pretty
laptop
sure I
and
could
it
find
got
a version of that.
and it
I'm
had
pretty sure that's a.
fairly legal stuff. Let's put it that way.
What was he? What was that mumble?
Mm.
So you got to remember, this is the same guy who left his computer laptop out in public, and it came like it
Oh,
had barely
the cheese
legal
pizza stuff.
That's the kind of guy we're dealing with here.
Oofy.
No wonder he's got terrible outfit taste.
And for our
Yeah, I was about to
longtime
say,
Borderlands fans,
I'm pretty
we're
sure I've seen a
throwing
tablecloth
back
like that in
to our more
Pompeii.
grounded tones while pushing gameplay ahead further than ever before.
The one character just straight up floats
The
around.
culmination of years.
So it's
of hard
Wisp
work
from,
by the
Warframe?
across the Gearbox Studios.
Yeah,
If you
maybe.
wanna talk, let's get it.
Does it at least have a nice ass like Wisp?
What? Well, it's first person, so you'll never see it
Oh.
unless
You
you're
get
the
to look
other
at it
player.
when you. Yeah, I was gonna say unless the other players, then you get to stare at it.
But then I'll be sidetracked and not killing things.
So there's like I see people with there's like a grapple hook stuff,
Borderlands is an
uh,
unforgiving sci-fi
you know,
universe.
traversal stuff.
Where life is cheap.
You know what? I'm gonna be
Jack?
honest. This is Jack. Like new graphics for this, and they still kept the cell shade. That looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I think some of the lighting stuff is too much. Like all of this extra flashy crap.
That's UE5 though.
Yeah, it just gets too much.
You play as a vault.
You play as a Vault Hunter. No shit. You play as a Vault
Wow.
Hunter in Borderlands.
Wow.
No.
So,
I
wow.
am so
Fork fountain
surprised.
kitchen.
Let me guess.
All right.
Do all these
So I
classes.
This one's not
I
a
wanna
siren.
play
No
as-
tattoos.
I want
Yeah.
to play as Goth Mommy, and I also want to play as the Incredible Bulk back there. So
Yeah. Well, this
Right.
is this is a white faced Hulk here or whatever. Powdered Hulk.
he sniffed too much protein before his
So is
picture.
she the siren, or is there no siren? No. Okay.
No, that's the siren.
There's the
There's
siren
the tattoos.
tattoo.
I didn't see it at first. Yeah. Okay.
It's on
So
her titty.
She
I
is
was
the
gonna say
siren.
that she had the siren vibe just by
He
how she was standing.
Has a bitchy face though.
Kind of want to, yeah. Hmm.
Today I'm playing as
Oh, okay.
Ooh, the wings though. Can we fly?
Well, let's see.
You play as a Vault Hunter, a badass mercenary with powerful abilities
See what her
called
name
action
is.
skills.
Action skills.
Today-
For real.
I'm playing as Vex, our new siren.
Vex. Vaseline.
Vaccines.
She wields supernatural phase energy to devastating effect.
Who is doing this overview? Who is this dude? Why did they get the most boring person on the planet to do the voiceover for this?
I'd
To do
rather
the
listen
fu-
to Dainsliff.
She can use that energy to empower herself or channel it to conjure deadly minions that fight
That's
alongside her.
cool. That's cool. She can fucking summon a floating Grim Reaper
basically-
guy.
So
She's kind of
kinda
the
like
death trap
Gage.
user.
Yeah, you're gonna get Gage. You're gonna get
Necromancer,
Gage.
yeah.
Yeah. And she can also
And
like.
because everything's better
He
in
seems
co-op,
even
I'm
more.
joining as Rafa, a former TDR
Rafa.
soldier who wears an experimental exosuit.
He's a TDR
He
suit
can
soldier.
destruct an arsenal of weapons, like the razor-sharp arc knives.
Okay.
These are two of our
God damn it, that looks fucking fun.
4 new
It
Vault
does.
Hunters that you can play at launch. Borderlands 4 takes place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict. For thousands of
Tension?
years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden, controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines. Anyone
Ouch.
who stepped out of line was brutally crushed by his army of synthetic soldiers known
Jesus.
as the Order. That is until 6 years ago when Elvis showed up. This rogue moon was teleported away from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3 by the
moon was
legendary
teleported-
Vault
Wait,
Hunter
This is just
Lilith.
Warframe again.
When it
Yeah. So Lilith teleports that planet around. Okay. This is let's skip ahead. I'm not gonna watch all 20 minutes of this. Let's get over here. So
Okay,
new
let's see what
game.
it looks like.
Yeah. Like I said, I do like the newer graphic to it. I don't. These rocks are shiny. What the fuck? It's kind of gross.
Looks like flesh, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it looks like poop.
Two objectives.
Like flesh.
But enough of all that. Let's get into the game.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's easier than ever to join up with your friends on the fly.
That's good because most lobby systems are fucking god awful.
And with full crossplay at launch, you can play with your friends on any platform.
Also good.
Today, we're venturing into Terminus Range, a frigid, mountainous region.
Plenty of local wildlife to contend with. Like
So
these
we got
crabs.
some climbing.
Flying beasts who attack in flocks.
I will say in Borderlands 3, putting the mantle where you when you like get close to a rooftop or whatever, you automatically climb it was
Here
very
we've come
nice.
across a silo, one of several new activities in Borderlands 4.
Oh, so
You'll
you get
naturally discover short
dungeons?
gameplay experiences like this all across Kairos. There's no need to pick up a mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house old, decommissioned order tech that you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
The Crimson
With the help of
Resistance
Echo 4,
now.
We'll hack into their network and release the communications balloon.
Wait, weren't the Crimson Raiders?
Yeah, this is much.
Yeah. Well, the Crimson Raiders were bad guys, and then what's his face took over the Crimson Raiders in 2.
Oh, Brick. That's right.
No, well, not Brick. It was what was the black
Now
guy's
that
name
we're in
that got
charge,
killed?
We can fast travel to the silo. and as a bonus,
main playable character in the first
yeah.
first game.
We can collect
Starts
these
with
fragments
R.
to unlock a hidden vault.
Roland.
A high-level
Thank you.
dungeon
Roland,
with
that's
challenging
right.
combat and serious loot.
I heard serious lube instead of serious loot.
Let's get after it.
Yeah, they're not the best. Okay, so we got so this is like a jetpack thing. So they had something similar to this. Did you play the pre-sequel?
A little bit. I
So
like
the pre-
played maybe 30-40 minutes of it though.
So the pre-sequel, if you got, I actually beat the game. I couldn't. I don't even know what the story. Like I couldn't really remember what the friggin' story was. But there was a lot of like you go to these moons that had no air, so you had to like find these like oxygen. It was like a separate like so you had your shield carriers deals that like your shield generators, but there's also like an air thing, and it would also kind of have a jetpack boost or whatever where you could kind of float around. It was low gravity, so I'm guessing they're bringing that mechanic in. Also, like had a ground slam attack.
Another nice thing about silos is you can zip line up and take off.
Yeah, see, there is a grappling hook. Yeah, okay, so we've got a gliding mechanic that's like to traverse around.
Suit.
And if
That's not bad.
fast enough for you,
You can still
always
summon
pull out
cars,
your
I think.
Personal vehicle,
Yeah.
the Digirunner. Just
The
hop on, hit
Digirunner.
boost, and
Stupid
get
name.
You can customize the body, paint job, and even how it handles.
And
Cool,
because
so you
this
don't
is
have to get like the
Borderlands,
3 or
best
4
believe
different
it has
cars or
guns.
whatever.
Well,
Let's have
kind of
fun
makes me
getting
sad.
That's right.
Right,
No,
except they killed
no,
him in
We
2.
don't bring up Scooter
I miss Scooter.
because they killed him in a an off canon game.
They
It's
killed him
fucking
in
dumb.
the dumbest fucking red shirt way. I'm still upset.
Yeah, no,
I love you, Scooter.
I didn't know like
Catch
when
a
I
ride.
first played Borderlands 3.
I've
Like,
been a
where's-
red shirt.
Where's Scooter? What happened to Scooter? I had to look it up, and I found out. I'm still mad. I'm still mad.
As you traverse, you'll encounter a host of dynamic
Fuck these
events. From order patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and loot.
We got manglers instead
I hear
of
lube every
skags.
time they say loot.
Alright,
He's
let's,
feeling a little sussy today.
Apparently.
Yeah, we
Don't
got
you
grappling
whine at me,
hooks.
homies. We'll play in a moment, huh? Oh, you agree to pet sit for a few weeks, and the next thing you know, you're
What?
having full conversations with animals.
Meet with Amara.
You don't use security like that.
No.
unless You got something to hide.
Wait,
This must be
which
the
one's
path to
Amara?
the
Is
outside.
Amara?
She's the siren
Agreed.
from
But if
3.
Lilith is
Right,
on the other
okay.
side, I don't mind some property destruction.
I thought it was the Ava
Ooh,
chick. I
your
thought it was the little
specialty.
Ava girl grown
Please,
up.
Be my guest.
Who got
Um,
siren powers? Fuck her. Fuck that little bitch.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve to be a siren. She got fucking Maya killed.
Come, Let's
Still
throw
hate
some
her.
light on this black
What?
side of
Still
his.
happily throw her into space if I could.
Yeah. Every time she'd talk, I would just shoot my gun in her face.
Clear them out.
Co-op has always been at the heart of Borderlands, and we put a ton
Ah.
of work into making
The
it
wings
better
are
than
cool.
ever. Our improved lobby was just the start. You can also set your own campaign difficulty independently of the rest of the party.
You can set your own campaign difficulty separately.
I like
from-
that.
No.
So it's kind of like, no, I like that. It's kind of like Dead Island.
Well,
Because
No, that
if
takes
you-
half the fun of Borderlands out, though.
well, in a
because-
good way. In a good way is like, so if you're higher level or whatever, the enemies still tank damage from your higher level weapons. But if a lower level character joins you, they can still play equally.
That's what I mean. It's like Dead Island, because on Dead Island, I could go in as my level 64 female character, and I could join my brother on his level 15, and we would each have our own respective level of zombies to fight. So we were always having a kind of a struggle. It felt nice. You never felt like you were too overpowered at times. Unless you had the god weapons and you were just shooting them with lightning from your fingers.
Hey, let me see. I want to see his
You
skill.
can easily fast travel to your
Oh,
friends.
I'm sorry,
And two-player
Brisket.
split screen returns so you can enjoy couch co-op.
Oh, 2-player split screen couch co-op. That's cool.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm gonna
and-
play with myself on my other computer or my other thing again.
Well, he said something
Yeah,
about
let's
being
go
able, if
tonight.
you're too far away from your allies, you can teleport to them.
Our improved lobby was just the start.
And you don't have to worry about looting and just stealing.
That's
your
cool.
crops,
He's
as
just
loot
like a
is
finger
always
gun. Did you see that?
instant
It's one of his skills is like a
Plus,
finger
if you ever
gun.
get split up, you can easily fast travel to your friends.
You can fast travel
And
with your
two-player
friends.
split screen returns so you can enjoy couch co-op. Regardless of how you play, we just want you to be able to hang with your buddies and have a great time.
What the hell is that?
Tim. It's Tim.
His name is Tim. His name is Tim.
He's a literal hive monster. He just fucking shits out other bugs.
God. He shits out tinnies.
Timmy.
Timmy.
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Tim feels like the product of Lictor's twisted mind. Another of his experiments.
I don't care. I don't want to hear about the story. I just want to see shit blow up.
Or Torg with explosions. We also have 3 new ones. The
Order.
with powerful charge and release blast.
Order's a new weapon
Fully
brand.
auto rippers.
Ripper.
And the reliable, easy-to-use Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
Cool.
That's just the start. We've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This allows for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon.
Oh,
For
shit.
instance, this flat-off assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Molly 1 elemental switch.
Golly, man. Finding
Meaning
these
it
weapons are
shoots
going to be
fast and
so
explodes
even
quickly.
more fucking random than the
The
last
higher the
several.
rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and wilder loot.
And that's before even
You
getting
know-
into alt fire modes, underbarrels, and
I still like the running reload. They had that in
The
3.
possibilities are truly endless.
I wanted
To
to like
support
be a
playing with your
turret.
favorite manufacturer, we've added enhancements. This new type of gear replaces artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers.
Okay, so you run.
Take
Okay.
my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with Daedalus parts, along with more.
How much Borderlands 1 did you play, Mike?
I played through a decent bit of it, but 90% of my time was Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, we put an ungodly amount of hours on it. I could one-shot Terramorphous. Like, that's how...
You didn't get the best ending of any game ever in one.
No, I don't think we ever... I don't think when we... Because I was playing with a group of real-life friends, and on that playthrough, I don't think we got to the end.
Yeah. I
And
beat
then
it.
when 2 came out, we
Platinum
full DJ that game.
I don't want to ruin it for you because it would still fuck with you, but to this day, I've never felt more betrayed by a game in my entire life, and I'm still not forgiven it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's the ending of 1.
Okay.
I don't know. Bioshock gave me kind of a similar feeling. Would you kindly?
Weirdly enough, I platinumed 1 and I don't remember the ending.
Do you care enough, Knight? Or
I mean, it's been. I mean, how old's that
15
game?
years. 15 years old now.
Okay, so the whole premise is like you're a vault hunter. You're
Yeah.
it's hyping you up the entire game. You got to get to this end vault and raid it. You got to get to this end vault and raid it.
It's gonna be so full of treasure.
Nothing fucking happens. There's nothing in it. You don't get shit, and you're just left with Wolf. What?
Okay.
I've never
I don't
been
remember that.
so let
Really?
down.
If I remember right, Jack had already emptied the vault years
Yeah.
prior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All what I was gonna say about Borderlands 1 is there was a which they took out in 2 and never showed back up again. There was a revolver pistol that had it was like ×7, it was like a shotgun revolver, but its group was super small. So you could headshot with it and get like a ×7 you could basically snipe ×7. Like it was hitting for like 1,000,000 damage. It was stupid.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hope they bring that back with the different showing him the different ammo types. So I'm guessing that
This
you
lets
can
you
shoot rifle
manufacture,
and
build
like
around
shotgun
and
and
manufacture, immediately turning just okay guns into amazing weapons.
I'll be honest, the main gun I remember is the
Finally,
one that
we've heard your
screams because
feedback,
my
and
brother
we've
plays as a
overhauled our drop
Gunzerker and
rates
he
and
had
loot
2 of
across
those.
the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making
I like the
rarity
Doom
matters.
shotgun in
This
3.
makes for our most
It was
satisfying
one of the
loot chase ever.
legendaries. Every time you
And at the
shoot it
top
and
of
play
everything
Doom
are
music.
legendaries.
The
Always had
one,
unique
I mean,
effects that
several
you
of them
won't
stand
find
out to
in any
me.
other
Of course, you had the conference call from 2, which was the ungodly shotgun.
Uh-huh.
You had the Minecraft sniper rifle, which would shoot the actual arrow projectile from Minecraft.
That's
Nice.
hilarious.
You had the there was an infinite pistol that was a pain in the ass to farm up. It would shoot it. It was literally an infinity pistol. It would instantly reload and you'd shoot it. And to get that, you had to do some fuckery with how you played the game to get it to finally drop that, because it was a low level weapon, but you could get it high level if you did certain things. So you had to go around, play the game a certain way to get it to drop that. Obviously, some of the Terramorphous stuff was crazy. I remember the grenades. Did anybody ever get the Terramorphous grenades in Borderlands
I don't
2?
know. I beat Terramorphous. I had to like redo a build or whatever to beat it. But I ended up beating Terramorphous, but I don't remember any of the weapons.
So I farmed the shit out of Terramorphous. And when I mean farm the shit out of it, I probably have like 300-400 kills on Terramorphous on one of my things.
Poor thing.
Well, I mean, I one-shot it, so I mean, I could farm it over
It
and over and
sees
over
you
again.
and it's like,
No, so Terramorphous had a grenade, and with a special ability on it, you could throw the grenade, and it would literally turn the whole area into just lava pillars come blasting out, and it just would.
God damn!
Oh, it was epic. I mean, I had all the hyper pink gear from it. So I mean, it was the best of the best.
We got 3 different skill sets again, just like how in 2 had.
How it usually is.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if the thing is, are you going to be able to merge into 2? Because I know for a long time you could play with
There has a set of
multiple skill sets.
Let's see what he says about it here.
Before we go further, let's talk a little bit about action skills. Every Vault Hunter has a set of 3 unique action skills. These are class-defining abilities with devastating effects. Up until now, I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar and pull out Trouble. As you can see,
nice.
each action skill has its own branching skill tree, giving you more build freedom than ever before. On top of passive skills, you can further customize action skills with augments and capstones. These are socketed enhancements that add new behaviors and functions to your action skill.
So basically, it's the artifact that's
Different
already
builds
baked into
completely
this.
change how combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experiment.
Trouble Bubble.
You can swap unlock augments or capstones on the fly, or completely respec your skill trees at hubs around Kairos.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon.
Oh,
So
cool.
by
So if you
swapping
shoot.
guns, I can change Trouble's damage from kinetic to shock, fire, or any
That's
other
kinda
elemental type.
RGB kitty.
And also, you can pet the cat.
You can pet the pussy. Oh my god.
Best feature ever.
Only feature needed. It might have been able to save it with that feature alone.
Test tubes?
Why is Lilith captured again?
What?
Find Lilith, kill escaped experiments. It just seems like she's captured again if we're having to find her and probably save her.
Well, Lilith is dead.
No.
No.
She died at the end.
No. No. Oh, right, she did.
She dies in 3. She goes. She sacrifices herself.
Fuck, I forgot. God, Ava sucks.
Not to be the bearer of bad news. I'm going to send you this article of what they did. Oh, it's too long. It's 2,000.
Got a boss fight.
Gear and abilities to the ultimate test.
Gosh, dead.
I don't even know damage numbers, dude. What the heck?
Whoa. Spoilers. That's enough for now.
Okay. Honestly, I don't hate it. Not saying that the story and the writing won't ruin the game, but the gameplay looks fun.
So I just sent you a file, Chase. You might want to look at it. I don't know if you heard about what they did to the TOS and everything behind the scenes. And this is retroactive too. It's not just the new one. It's every single one.
Take-Two and Take-Two Games and 2K Games have updated their games. Even their older games. This includes collects usernames and important info. TOS mods are bannable offense. Display of cheats, exploits is bannable. Force arbitration so long as it's permitted in your region.
You're shitting me.
I mean, basically the TLDR is they changed it to where it's got almost kernel entry access, so it can track your real name, your physical address, your emails, your contact information, all of that stuff. So all your private information.
You can be banned for using the VPN while connecting to online servers. Cannot access game content on a virtual PC. Last, they reserve the right to modify this agreement in whole or in part at any time. Collected data types, identifiers, contact information, name, username, gamertag, postal and email address, phone number, and unique IDs. Protected characteristic, age and gender, commercial information, purchase, usage, history, and preference, billing information, payment information. Which, I mean, I guess most games, like if you put your credit card in to buy whatever, you're gonna have that anyway.
Yeah.
Internet, electronic activity, web app browsing, and gameplay information. Fuck you. No. Device and usage data, device type, software and hardware details, profile inferences, inferences made from your information and web activity help create personalized profile inferences. Audio and visual performance, account photos, images, avatars, audio information via chat features. So these are all things that they can collect. They can collect any like in-game voice conversations you have with people you play with. Sensitive information, precise location information if you follow the services collect on your location. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, didn't Ubisoft just have to settle because they got sued for collecting this type of information?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like $104 million lawsuit that they just lost because of this. And then Take-Two just was like, hold my beer.
I think that'll probably get worked out. If that is the case, I think that might be we need to go walk this back.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to blow up.
It's scummy behavior.
That kernel level shit, that'll blow up in their face. And they'll have to pull that. They'll have to. Like, or it'll flop. Or, look, because here's the thing. I'm not going to buy that shit. I'm not.
No.
Like, as cool as that looked,
You're not going to be digging into my PC for shits and giggles.
But the worst part about it is it's not just for the new one. They retroactively did this to Borderlands, Borderlands 2, the prequel, Tiny Tina, every one.
I guess it's a good thing I don't have any of them motherfuckers downloaded right now then.
It's just, I don't know. Like, I on some of it, I get. Like, you want to... record like messages or
Well,
whatever.
isn't 2K and Take-Two, aren't they like the same umbrella that does GTA?
Take-Two's under that, yeah.
Rockstar's under Take-Two, right?
Yep. So that I mean,
the new GTA and maybe retroactively the other GTAs, same thing.
I have GTA 5. That's not good.
Well, they are already going to have to amend it a little bit with the modding because the only thing that's kept GTA alive for this long is online obviously, but especially like the 5M RP servers and stuff. There's no way that they can't have mods for that.
Exactly. That'll kill it within the first month.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
All these games need to take a lesson or two from Mojang in that mods are literally one of the main things that are going to make or break your game. How you feel about mods.
Bethesda wouldn't even be a company if it wasn't for mods.
Exactly,
They
that
literally
too.
just shit out a title, and then the modders have to fix it.
Oh gosh. I mean,
Well,
I'm gonna be
literally-
real. I've never played Borderlands with any mods. So
Yeah, me
for
neither.
I haven't either, but still.
That's not. I mean,
It's the
that's
principle of it.
It's the principle true. I mean, it's not that the modding thing isn't that big of an issue, but all that other crap, and then having access to your voice chats or whatever.
Yeah, they don't
basically,
need to be in there.
Basically, if they want to find you problematic, they can. They can have some
Yeah.
kind of algorithm searching for if you don't say the right pronoun or you don't do this, they can just
Ooh,
ban
you
your
said a
accounts and
nasty
stuff.
buzzword. Time to
Yeah.
ban your account.
No, you said anyway.
I don't know. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I just don't. We got some trailers to watch though.
Ooh, what we got?
I figured I saw this trailer. Like I haven't had any interest in Destiny in a long time, but I saw this trailer and I thought, well, Nightingale's gonna be on the podcast, so we might as well watch it. We got old Toddy. Toddy.
Oh, I remember watching him just a couple of days ago. I watched his girlfriend get stabbed.
All right.
Following contains flashing lights.
Wow, wow, wow.
Is he not even gonna talk?
Grief's a funny thing. Some folks get stuck in it, frozen in place. It holds them hostage. And some folks, well, some folks just run.
I guess they're bringing back this mode. Then it sounds like.
I went far. I had to. I couldn't look at the moon.
Well,
he's a werewolf.
The way I see it, the farther you run, the less likely you are to get stuck.
Does he have even more of a southern draw now than he did
This
before?
universe tends to stop me in my tracks.
That's what
Oh,
Christian
the
does
chess
to a man.
piece.
Yeah.
I thought it was something completely different and inappropriate. Okay.
One way or another. Something's out there, hero.
One way or another.
Bro,
It's throwing right.
does this not look very good? Is this how he always? I thought his model was like a better made than that. Like this.
No, that's about what Drifter looks
He
like.
looks like a scruffy shit when I saw him.
I'm guessing this game is 10 years old.
And I mean, like I saw
Drifter's
him
been
as he
in
was
for a
being,
long time.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow, that's in 5 days.
Edge of Fate. Here's a Apex Legend. So I don't even want to watch this, but I wanted to quote. I saw something. So the writer or whatever they hired that created this character has already been fired, and the character hasn't even been released yet. So-
Bro,
What the fuck?
the fuck did you do?
Damn.
Well, fired or laid off or what? It was part of that Respawn stuff we were talking about. How they had a bunch of layoffs and whatever. But
Yeah.
the person that made this character was laid off. This is supposed to be like the first new character in a year, I think. Oh my god, what is that voice?
I'm starting to see why.
I've got endless determination, a lifetime of practice, and a
Why does this game look so gay now?
25, bro.
He's got a double jump.
Let's move. Find my target. Time to say ciao.
That music's gonna
It's
copyright
awful.
us. It's gonna copyright us too.
Yeah. Also, I just. What do you
I
mean
don't-
more gay? All I heard was a Latino accent.
I was talking about the designs.
Eh.
Mostly. Like they just
Why are you gay?
yeah. He's got a wrist rocket.
Oh, I bet he does.
It's better than having a fanny pack.
Yeah, I got pocket rocket. That's about it.
Belva. Yeah, okay. Next.
Please, okay.
Also
for the
something
sake of-
even more really retarded that I had to click on.
Okay.
Did you see this?
Oh my god. What shit.
I'm out. No, you just know. What's it gonna come out?
Hi, Art.
I
Go
shot
fuck
you.
yourself.
I shot you.
Hey, man.
So last week it was Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh my god, this game is intense.
Oh my god, he has voice lines.
Yeah. Again, the music. Look at this.
What in the shit?
This used to be a military shooter. You know what the fuck is it?
No, it's
now
not.
Now,
This is
now you've
not.
got. Well, I'm saying the series used to be a military shooter. Now
Yeah.
you've got what was that game that the gun
High
talked
on
to you?
Life.
High on Life. Yeah.
I blame Snoop Dogg. He started it.
Shizzle.
Yeah.
Oh, they put the
Jesus.
laugh in. No.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Gross. So
Wow.
gay. So retarded.
Okay, so seeing
I
how
hope
it
they
is
go
almost-
under.
Go ahead.
Good luck.
But seeing how it is almost May 4th, please tell me there is some kind of article somewhere about the Knights of the Old Republic remake, because it just evaporated from everything.
Oh,
Well,
honey.
Disney owns all of Star Wars, dude. You're not going to get anything good out of Star Wars. It's dead. The whole franchise. So it's all
I
dead.
know,
They killed it.
but
They killed it. They killed it. And then they shot it in the back of the head, and then they raped the back of the skull. It's done. I should probably bleep that part
No.
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
the
will
truth
say
hurts.
Kenobi though wasn't horrible. Kenobi was probably one of the better things they had done.
Next up, we have a game that I actually am kind of excited about.
No,
Not this one. Not this one.
Hello
This was
Kitty
not the
Island.
game.
Yeah,
This was
let's
not
go.
it. This was not
You
it.
were one of us.
No, this wasn't it. The game that was in the bottom of the last video was the one I was talking about. It's on the playlist. I thought it was
I
next.
knew he was excited for Hello Kitty.
We're actually playing.
Okay, well,
Gudetama!
this is for Flutter and Nemo. Nemo for sure.
It's
Flutter, are you a Hello Kitty fan?
Yes, I am.
I figured. Code Violet. This is the game I was excited for. Thank you. I wanted it to come up.
You don't have to lie to us, Maine. You can be excited for Hello Kitty Island
Easy.
Adventure just like me.
I didn't even see Hello Kitty in that.
No, we saw Gudetama.
Team kill. So, oh, hello.
Got some Resident Evil 2 footstep sounds. Okay.
She runs really weird.
She's got the asthma.
She got the asthma. Yeah, you're right.
The asthma.
I'm sorry, the running animation was so jarring.
It was bad. Why is she holding her gun like that too?
The better to pistol whip you with, my dear.
There better be a free cam.
Is her
Health bar? Yeah. Dead Space-esque.
I dig it. I wish it would be a little bit more something.
Whoa, hello.
They
Hello.
never listen to the sign. Look, this is why people die in horror movies.
Yeah.
Don't go this direction! Happily runs that direction. Bitch! No, I'm sorry. I
She's
hear
still
something
holding her
scuttling
gun like
around in
that?
there.
Why?
I hear something scuttling around in there. I'm getting the fuck out. Screw you. Is that a dinosaur?
Yeah, so this is a... Basically, I can tell this is like a...
Is this the Dino Crisis one?
Yeah, this is like a Dino Crisis-esque... Whoa, hello. Tell you what, if Dino Crisis meets Dead Space, bro. This is the Dead Space over the
I'm
shoulder.
honestly kind of going for it. Might have to ignore some of her weird movements, but I've dealt with worse.
Maybe they'll make it smoother. It looks a little jank, I'm not gonna lie, but...
If not, I've dealt with worse.
Looks fine. to
She
me,
got a
honestly.
dump truck, though. Golly.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's why she moves so funny.
Well, I mean, her suit is right up in her ass, so.
True
Well,
that.
where else would it... Where else... It's streamlined. She's got to be able to dodge these things really quickly. She can't have all that extra fabric to worry about.
It creates a sensory. Well, yes, it looks good, but it creates a sensory nightmare.
She's nerve dead from the waist down.
Maybe she's into it, though.
We're not gonna elaborate
only
on
way
the
I
blue
feel
pills
alive.
you just found.
Do what?
We're
Elaborate
not
on...
gonna elaborate on the little blue pills she just found.
No, I didn't see
Don't
that.
worry about it.
They just... They're called blue pills.
Uh-huh.
She needs something
And then
to
she
feel
whips
excited.
out this thing that
Totally
I know.
just a glow stick.
Totally.
If this is a hidden porn game, boy, tell you
Oh
what.
my god.
Dino fuckers. So having to turn your flashlight on and off, I'm guessing to not draw attention or whatever. Who hangs these portraits in this place? Like, why do they get these big portraits in this, like, industrial factory or lab or whatever?
Why
I
not?
want it to be homely.
It's something. And then we got a stained glass window. Okay.
Show a dinosaur bigger than a New York rat.
Right. This is 20 minutes? Shit, I didn't realize it was 20
God
minutes.
damn!
Sorry, my bad. Let's fast
there
forward here a
any-
little bit.
Ooh. Cthulhu dinos?
There we go.
Somebody just teleport in?
Okay,
You just
wait.
shot off to the
Wait,
side?
wait,
Why'd you do
wait.
that for?
Wait. Could you pause that for a second?
Yeah.
How is she not dead?
She's strong whamming.
By holding its nose, that doesn't stop its claws. That doesn't stop it from going down and going right into her guts.
She's strong whamming.
It's
Fine.
just a puppy.
Does she
Also-
have her fucking fingers in its nose to hold it in place then?
I also want to show you this point here. She just shoots off to the side there. And look at their hair. Does not move.
I mean, she literally shot it in the eyeball, and there's no.
Her
scar
hair
on
looks
it.
wet and sticking to the back of her.
Yeah, it's literally stiff. Hello.
Well,
This
now
feels
there's
like
a
this
reason
feels
why
like
it's
this could
wet.
be alpha.
Like I know hair is like a bitch to yeah it could be that the hair's just not done rendered.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's still stuck to her.
I know hair that
like
is like
Play-Doh.
a bitch to freaking create, but
Well, this shot isn't on purpose.
uh-huh.
Look at the ass, not the hair. Look at the ass, not the hair.
Exactly.
What hair?
Exactly.
I actually didn't notice her hair until she got up the first. I literally had not seen it.
Damn.
They did their job perfectly.
Well, see, so Stellar Blade, Eve's hair has like a crazy physics to it.
Well, that's also because the guy wound up delaying the game for like a year plus just because he didn't
No.
like how the fucking hair moved.
We didn't delay it. Well, it got basically canceled, and then Sony picked it back up.
Still never played it.
It'll be on PC soon.
Oh,
Nice.
Let's fast forward again.
Is it really coming to PC?
Stellar Blade, yeah, it's been announced. I think it's May. I think it comes out.
The Dyla would not wait that long to come up and start spitting. It took fucking 3 or 4 shots in the face.
Like I said, it's like a alpha deal.
I guess maybe we could.
I don't
put
think
it
the
at
AI is
easy mode.
done. Yeah. There's a lot of polish to it, but I don't think it's. I don't
Red
think it's
pills,
near
blue
done.
pills. Holy shit, she's been red
I mean,
pilled.
the reason why this kind of game worked for Resident Evil is because zombies are meant to be like slow, right? So the movement and stuff wasn't as noticeable. But when you put it
Dinosaurs
into like this,
supposed to be fast, like
it worked
apex
in Dead
predators.
Space. Dead Space monsters were pretty fast sometimes. They had their moments, but like they could be pretty fast.
No, I'll give it
I'm
that.
feeling more Dead Space today. I mean, it's definitely there's Resident Evil vibes for sure, but like I'm feeling like this feels Dead Spacey.
No, I do have to agree with that. In the original Dead Space, there was a lot of times those xenomorphs gave you way more than enough time to be able to pick them
I
off
tell you
one by
what,
one.
I tell you what, right now, the game is worth $30 for her ass alone. Like I don't know if it's
$15 per cheek.
I don't know if it's gonna be 50. I gotta figure out if the other 20 is still justified. But 30 of it for her ass alone is covered. Sure.
are there collectibles for other outfits?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Also,
like
the,
this
the outfit,
this-
the outfit breast sculpting as if she's not wearing a shirt.
This says PlayStation, but I wonder if it's coming to other consoles. If this game comes to PC, bruh, the mods. You've seen the Resident Evil mods.
Oh yeah, so much
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, this isn't Resident Evil at all. Laser trap. Cinderline. Yeah, fast forward again. I'm not gonna watch all 20 minutes. We got other shit to do. I'm confused about this world though. Is this a space station? This is chandelier. Why? What?
Because chandelier.
Because why not?
There's a room with its own switch. What the fuck? Who designed this? what architect dipshit made this? It's the room is just
Umbrella Corp.
You push a button to go push a button. Why? This seems very pointless.
It was made by Umbrella.
It was definitely made by some dum-dum.
This was made by whoever the fuck designed the Poppy Playtime Factory. Jesus.
Oh my god, you right.
Specifically down in the fucking prison. Like, what the hell was that?
This is so dumb. I don't like that.
This is why they get eaten by dinosaurs. It takes 20 minutes to open one door.
Oh! She got him!
Skewered.
So wait, it's not a laser, it's a fucking just straight solid steel beam.
Yeah.
Like glowing, literally glowing red hot solid steel beam.
Don't question
The bullet casings that's pretty good animation. Oh, well it is kind of lasers, I guess.
Oh, good. There is actual physics there, kind of.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like that.
Uh-oh. Tank controls.
No.
You know how many people that have never played an actual Resident Evil game would not even know how to navigate that hallway?
I know, it's hysterical.
I haven't played Resident Evil, but I've played games
Oh,
that
shit!
have those type of controls.
Shot his face off.
It's so.
Right?
Oh no, a fan.
See,
Quick,
now
break
would be
them so we can dash through
intense wind.
Now her hair is not even moving.
Yeah, her hair should be like, even as a single mass, it should be flopping in the wind.
Yeah.
Trust me, in that kind of room, hair,
You
friggin'
combine
hair,
your
whatever
red
hairstyle
pills,
you had, say
can
goodbye.
Become black pilled.
Whatever hair
Flopping
you
in the
had,
wind.
say goodbye. It's gone. It's fucking frizzy and knotted, and
Shot that person.
it should be at least moving.
Uh-oh.
And
There
not
we go.
a fluid helmet, because that's what it looks like.
Warning.
Get the T-Rex
Lockdown in
shot.
effect.
That's not good.
Warning. Window shutter malfunction. Please close shutters manually. Warning. Large
You get the T-Rex jump scare.
biological nearby.
Yep. Called it.
Whoa.
It's just a big puppy, don't worry.
This looks like a boss fight.
Yeah. It still bit you from like 10 feet away. Clearly got God mode on. Her little bracelet thing is still not changed colors yet. Ow! That didn't bite you in half?
Out June 2025 on PC.
I saw that mouth go straight
When?
through her arm, and she
June
was
2025.
June 20. Next month.
Why do you have to wait for the glass to break before you put it up? Oh.
Well, she did. Yeah, he didn't. I think they were just trying to showcase that the T-Rex will come through or whatever. Ah, safe now.
Totally safe.
Phase 2.
Please report shutter issue to maintenance.
We got a freaking grow area in here that are growing weed. Is Schedule 1.
On floating
Hey.
planters. Those bitches are floating. Oh, that's above water. Okay, I was about to say, why is it floating above
Hey
a
man,
50
if
foot
you're in
drop?
space, why not have floating planters?
She's bloody though. She got blood on her.
Yeah, like
Ooh.
like how certain games have a
Ooh, I
random
like
meat
how
hook
round
hanging
that
above a
orb
lava
was.
pit.
Yeah.
I am once again talking about Poppy Playtime. Why you killing
Resident Evil. Resident Evil had a lava section for no
In
reason.
5, yeah.
Like,
Why are you looking up? We gotta look up there. Wait, we gotta look up. I didn't see. Let's look up again.
I wasn't looking at all.
Let's look up. We gotta see what's going on up there.
I like the lamp. I want a lamp like that in my room. It's round.
You gotta look up. Wait a minute. Hang on.
No.
Let's see what's on the ceiling. What's on the ceiling?
It's on the
Dino feeties.
There's something on the ceiling. What?
Dino
What?
feeties.
What's happening?
It's a baby.
Although be a baby.
Now it's strong enough to knock through a steel. Oh, it's several of them. Still strong enough to knock through thick steel doors.
Yeah,
And look at
not
how they
even
don't
dinosaur
make
can do that.
any fucking headway on her at all.
You know, cool concept, cool character design, cool art or whatever, but like, unless this is an alpha build, I'm honestly
not sold at all.
Super duper impressed.
I wonder if it's because I don't know if it was locked to like 60 frames or 30 frames there, but I wonder if they on PC, for instance, if you can go up to like 120, 144, if it will smooth out a lot of that.
Yeah.
Walking.
If it is a PlayStation exclusive, though, I think they're locked at 60. Even on PS5, I don't think they. Let's see. Does it tell us what it's coming to? Only on PS5.
God damn.
Well, y'all have kind of fucked yourself at that point.
Well, only doesn't mean only. Like when
Well,
sales start to fall off,
It's going to be a limited time exclusive for sure. All right, here's the AFK Cross Fairy Tale.
There's
フェアリーテイル
Lucy.
謎に満ちた世界エスペリアへこの場所で新たな冒険と出会いが俺たちを待っている
Summon Aquarian.
どこにもいねえぞ
でも依頼書にはここだって
Okay, that red-haired girl that I thought was Urza. Not Urza.
賞金は俺たちのもんだ
Doesn't even do his roar or nothing?
ありがとね賞金はもらったわアクエリア
Oh fuck, looks like I'm playing this for a while.
It looks pretty good. I don't know how the gameplay is, but
Well,
仲間たちと力を合わせ
we got the
Yeah,
friggin'
that's
music
the
though.
立ち向かえ
Ah, yes.
Still one of the best theme music ever, I think.
I'm trying to track down the guy that does that for him. Oh, it started today.
Jesus.
Well, get started.
Well,
Goes to
I'm
download
doing
AFK
Alchemy tomorrow on
Journey.
BDO while I play this.
Oh, looky here!
Oh, great. Flappy Bird coming back?
No.
Oh, God. No. This fucking thing. I played this back in the original release. It was everything in middle school.
Oh, it's got its own
Oh, God.
Mario World level.
Oh God, no.
Oh, it was sitting in the toilet.
You know what people are gonna be doing?
It's pretty good. Get it on Android. Epic
No.
Games owns this.
Good God.
Wow.
Teenage
so this-
Mutant Ninja
This
Turtles.
is Xbox.
What a
So
big
this is
Dungeon
crossplay
Boys.
Xbox PlayStation. So I think this is already released on PC. I think this is the top-down one. It's like
Through the portal, brave warriors.
yeah. This is Ninja Turtles.
What is it, like a roguelite?
Diablo-esque.
Ready to rumble.
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's Diablo-esque.
I want it.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that kind of game, but I would probably play it for Ninja Turtles.
Uh-huh.
Casey Jones.
This is a dream.
Hey.
Who else is here?
You gonna get April? It's not the digital or physical. Your choice.
Ooh, Splinter.
That's the spirit, Robo Bro. Party time.
I think it's already out on PC. Killboard. This is a very much just a beat 'em up game. I saw the trailer for a while back. Same voice guy. He was in the last trailer we watched. He's just super.
If you want to see your family again, maybe you want to give up. No way, ugly bosser. Oh, what a man! Carried away. The rules never
I
change.
think it's just like wave-based combat. I think what this game is.
Welcome to the last second.
Ooh.
Welcome to the jungle.
Do you remember
What
that
the hell?
old game from like the 80s, 90s, like MASH TV? Is it like a created version of that?
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like a. I don't even know. It's just beat 'em up, killboard or whatever, Kyborg.
Tomorrow.
I don't know.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Sobaka.
Sobaka.
So
Ooh.
I figured Nemo would like
Don't
this.
you look cute? You need a
No
shower.
idea.
Why is this giving me Walking Dead vibes?
Zombies don't speak.
He could be a ghoul instead.
Like over the top gory. See some actual gameplay, please. He's
The
got an
fucking
electric
cutscene reminds
chainsaw.
me of Gauntlet and shit. I'm loving this. Old House of the Dead shit.
Bloody Harvest. This was just a teaser, I guess. Announcement. Don't know.
It was. I'll have to look more into it because if it's anything like House of the Dead, I'm sold. I loved that shit.
So this is Arena Breakout Infinite. Is this? I actually looked into this game. It's an extraction shooter. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play. I think is it a Tencent game or something? Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
But it's like it's Milsim. don't need story shit, bro.
But here we are, still fighting over some bullshit science experiment.
Oh.
Wolverine.
When push comes to shove,
Hugh Jackman.
Goes to die.
No.
This isn't really. I wanted gameplay.
I almost said Jack Human.
These are like the. See, the problem with this is, I think it's free to play. I think you're gonna have to, you could like unlock the characters probably. through
Probably.
microtransactions. I'm guessing, or some shit. I don't know. I need to look into it more. That's not really what I was looking for in the trailer, though. Mech. Beware of flashing lights. Ready. Mech Racer?
I'm sold. You can blow people up.
Feels like a Sonic game, honestly. It's very Sonic. Is there, dude does like a friggin' loop-de-loop. Sonic.
Games like this that remind you of the reaction time is not what it used to be.
Do what?
It's games like this that remind you you're getting old and your reaction time's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, but you can make pictures.
Yeah, you can make your own little. It is a racing game.
Make an entire mech to for
Arts
okay.
3.
Arts. August 8th.
I'm gonna have to show that to my brother. He's gonna be so sad.
Okay, this game looks like another Repo style game.
It's only
What the
$15
heck
for
was
that
going
game.
on with that pigeon? What, Repo?
Oh, that mech
No,
game?
Break Arts. Or Break Arts 2. Break Arts 2 is $15.
What the fuck?
I was gonna say Repo's $10.
No, not Repo.
I said this game looks like a Repo-esque multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Sigil of hope in the wasteland. Recruit crew members and augment the team. Create your custom league from the ground up. Accept missions and conquer enemy outposts.
This is Mad Max. Lego?
Exotic butters. It's not any event without exotic butters.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
That was my phone telling me it's gonna rain.
Nice.
Rain in California? It's almost unheard of. We've been having so much of it.
Well, the title and the thumbnail got me. Gameplay. Eh.
The art's cutesy and kind of fun, but
Yeah, I'm not sold.
I'm not either.
if this is like a free game that all of us can just jump on and have fun with, then I'm down with it. But if I have to, that can't,
Well,
It's
give me a
out.
second to check the price.
yeah.
Badlands Crew is $16.14 as of right
Nope.
now.
Nope.
Its normal price is $19.
Oh my god.
This is Darkenstein 3D.
I'm a drifter with no home, no family, and I'm stuck in the worst possible place. Nazi Germany.
What the fuck?
Almost everything wants me dead.
It feels like it wants to be Wolfenstein.
Yeah, for sure.
Kill every
My
Nazi I
kidnapped
see,
dog.
and eat all their pie.
The fuck?
Not the pie.
Title rant. Is that what I saw Pokemon game?
Welcome a new kind of Olympics.
What the fuck is this?
I'm sold. I have to save my dog and eat some pie.
I'm getting like GoldenEye vibes too.
Forced gymnastics.
A fucking ragdoll. Okay, this game's not
Archery.
taking itself too seriously. And that's
No.
This is just a fun shooter. Rat archery.
Rat archery.
You threw a fucking rat. Acrobatics. Oh shit!
I downloaded the
Shot
demo
the
already.
body.
This looks fantastic.
Oh my god. Wait,
Weightlifting.
yeah, we just weightlift my machine gun.
Sumo.
I swear that says like skiing.
Lots of Nazi sauce. Darkenstein. There you go.
Darkenstein.
On itch.io.
You can download a 3D demo of it on Steam right now, and give me a moment to check it, and I'll tell you how much it is. Pie face.
Ultra Mega Cats.
Oh god. The game that I'm actually excited for is a game that's actually a sequel to a series as well.
That means a whole mess of folks.
What
tried
the hell?
To get them down, but they all bit the dust.
The Bullet Hell game.
The kitty.
Ultra Mega Cat. Is that a mole in a mech suit? Turtles?
Turtles, no!
That's a shopping cart. What in the hell is this?
There's not a mechanic in this that he just doesn't respond to what you tell it to do for like 2 seconds. It's not accurate.
That was the Mesa dance, like the gun dance or whatever he just did. Did you see that? No, she didn't go back far enough. She didn't go back far enough. Hey, that's like the Mesa shoot in every direction.
It is.
So how's it gonna be?
Well, there you go.
Meow.
Early access. It's already out. I think we're getting close to the end of the thing. It's a long one. Hello, Sunshine. Ah,
I'm sold.
I thought the skeleton was looking up at them and then I realized no, it's just falling off. Is this Fallout? It's just like Fallout.
Yeah.
What's a Fanta?
How would you think it would have anything in it? The skeleton was holding it.
Says, who fucked up my slumber? I was napping here, you twat.
Kaiju robots.
Iron Giant.
Big O.
Bam. Ooh.
Slowest trailer ever.
Well, I mean, how else did you expect giant robots to fight?
I don't know. Not this slow.
Unfortunately, it is this slow. Unfortunately, Power
Ooh,
Rangers
finish him.
tried to convince us
Brutal.
otherwise.
So you get a robot companion. Oh, green light means he's good now.
This is follow.
Well, probably go this way then.
Well, I mean,
You know
when
what?
you're stumbling through the wasteland desert, where else do you go?
Well, he's got shade.
The fuck?
I
Why
don't.
is it so cheery?
the title screen doesn't really match anything, does it?
No, not a fucking thing.
Okay, that does though.
There you go.
Red thread.
This feels like something that would come from Meow Wolf. Jesus.
A A survival mystery set in the ruins of a corporate empire. Walk in the shadow of a giant robot during sweltering days. Stay close to keep warm during the cold nights. Scavenge, craft, upgrade, and piece together the broken puzzle of a world ruled by machines that refuse to shut down.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be. I got some. What was the game where you fought the giants or whatever?
Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah, that kind of vibe.
So I have one thing here that for some of y'all you might remember. Do y'all remember, any of y'all remember me talking about Blue Protocol?
Vaguely.
The anime MMO that was supposed to be coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it got shuttered completely.
Yeah.
And I was told the other day that it has been bought and it is now being developed by a company called Bokura. And the game will be renamed to Star Renaissance, but it is literally they're supposedly going in and revamping the systems of Blue Protocol to fix their issues and repackage the game. So that it's not completely dead, but it was one of the deals on basically bailing out what Blue Protocol was supposed to be. Which I've had that on my wish list for 3 years, I think, 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
And
it's anime, MMO.
Yep. And it was the only game that I was actually kind of excited to play, because normally when I get excited for something, it turns out to be garbage. And it's been true for the last like 4 games I've tried, just absolutely garbage. But yeah, it's called Star Renaissance now. And the only thing I have is the X profile of it, which is x.com/Star Renaissance EN. It'll be interesting to see how this develops, because the only thing, their last post was January 20th. I'm not like super hopeful, but this was told, like I said, told to me by a viewer on Twitch a couple days ago, because I was like, I'd made a crack at, how I was interested in Blue Protocol, and I'd been trying to find this profile for like the last 20 minutes. I finally found it in my history. And we'll have to see what happens and if they can polish it up, because it always was an interesting idea, because it basically allows you to create, that's the profile.
Oh. Try Star Resonance Database.
Huh?
If you're on X, try looking up Star Resonance Database. They post much more frequently.
Okay. Yeah, so
there's a beta?
Yeah, there's going to be a beta coming out for it, but it's closed to China only right now, and then
If I understand, the beta happened 3 weeks ago.
Yes, it was a closed beta. From what the viewer told me, it was a closed Chinese beta, and then they will, when it goes to a open beta, it will be a global beta that everybody can participate in.
Ooh.
So, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out if it does, because it was really weird. The game came out for a solid, I think, 1.5 years in Japan. And then they announced the global announcement for it. You could start signing up on their thing to do the pre-order or whatever, and then all of a sudden they came out and said, we regret to tell everybody that we're shuttering Blue Protocol as of, I think, a month from that announcement. And thank you for everything. And that also means the global release will not happen, where everybody's going, you didn't even give it a chance for global to get into the market because you literally had it JP exclusive. You couldn't play it if you weren't from Japan. So, which was causing a lot of issues.
Yeah, that kind of shoots it right in the dick, doesn't it?
Yep. So we'll see what ends up happening with it. If it truly does, because, I mean, they're saying it's an MMORPG. Now, I'm going to kind of shit on Genshin. I know that's going to upset that one right there. But Genshin was also originally sold as a MMO. And keep in mind, you're talking to somebody who's put 43,000 hours into Black Desert Online. I know what an MMO is. Genshin is not that.
No, it's not.
And if you're going to tell me...
I didn't even know it was supposed to be an MMO, but I can see
it originally
with the way that Mondstadt was positioned. I feel like maybe they originally had the framework.
It was the issue is they leaned in too much into the mobile game aspect once they went into it, because it was originally promoted when the first early announcements was this was going to be a PC MMO game. And then they went in, and as it started going, they started pushing more into this narrative of, can we get it into mobile? And then all of a sudden, right about the last 3 months or so before Genshin released, all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, and there's going to be gacha characters. Can you roll that back one more time? What'd you say? There's going to be gacha characters? What about that? I'm pretty sure you just said there's going to be gacha characters. Yeah, and it was like, what? But this is an MMO. They're trying to sell Genshin as an MMO. Is what they were trying to do. And then they just changed it to RPG. They got rid of the whole MMO shit.
That's how I remember it being, because I was so excited because they wound up, character customization. And I'm like, oh shit, you mean I can replace Mibinogi with this? Let's go. And I get in there and it's like, oh, you have to be level 16 to play with your friends. You have to do this. There is no character customization. You can choose a different character to play as if you're lucky enough to grab one.
Yeah. And I mean, I played with Ace, Alu, it was Ace, Alu, Clay, myself, and...
Talking about Genshin?
Yeah, when it first dropped out. I think there was one or two more that were playing.
It was absolute garbage. I hated it.
Out of all my friends, I'm the only one who's still playing Genshin. Everyone else has said, yeah, I'm going to wait until the entire story comes out. And I was like, yeah, that's going to take several years, because Snitch and I just got pushed back a year, and with Nod Cry, because they finally realized, oh, we can't hide all the important story shit in the books.
The exploration...
Because there's just random books hidden around. It's like, oh yeah, the actual truth of Teyvat and what it actually is hidden in about 50 different books scattered across places that are completely optional, like several underground areas. I didn't even know about. The only reason I know about it is because I went in a deep dive, and I've 100% in every area myself. The average person does not know about the 3 moon goddesses.
I was gonna say the exploration was fine. Combat was okay. It just you hit the wall where you have to be doing these whatever quests each day to get your whatever things leveled up, and then if you do try to draw. I had the worst gacha luck in that game too. I didn't get a single fucking 5-star character. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I played at the beginning, pulled for Venti, never got fucking Venti.
They built it so that you can 100% the game with only 4-star characters. If you want to only use 4-star, you can do it.
I felt like I hit power creep though, even with my 4-star characters.
So one of the things
beginning ones are still some of the characters that are released in patch 1.0 are still meta and beat out several 5-star characters, even for some recent ones.
So the one thing that we always had an issue with was that would piss us off is if I went into his world and I saw a chest that I hadn't found, I couldn't get it. It was that's his world.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't.
I don't like that part.
And it was if I'm going to play with him, if we find a chest, let me fucking loot it too and give me credit for it. And honestly, it wouldn't do that.
That's why
at least a little bit of gold would have been nice.
Actually that's why I enjoyed Tower Fantasy much more, because it was an actual legit, you could team up with your friends and then they could just scatter across the map and go to completely different directions, but you're still in the same instance.
And you were able to choose if you wanted to play as one of the hero characters or as your own customized character.
Yeah. Tower Fantasy was much better, and like it fell off.
It's just
hard.
the Chinglish was terrible.
It fell off
The
hard.
Chinglish.
Yeah.
I ate it.
I was looking at stuff about the Thunderbolts. I'm seeing a lot of botted tweets saying, "Oh, it was so good," but then there's no way.
Supposedly, it's the highest Rotten Tomatoes score of any Marvel movie.
Well, see, that's the thing. Rotten Tomatoes isn't even trustworthy anymore because now you have to be a verified account user or whatever to even be able to do it. So there is
when
no
you pump
audience.
out garbage for so long, when one that's not as garbage looks amazing.
Yeah.
Anything looks shiny and you're in a sea of diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'll start caring about the Thunderbolts when Agent Venom is in there. Till then, don't care.
Not gonna lie, every time y'all say Thunderbolts, I think of My Little Pony, the Thunderbolts, Thundercolts.
The Wonderbolts.
Wonderbolts. Thank you.
Don't give them a crossover idea, please.
As a massive Pegasister, I have got all that memorized.
It's been a long time. The most I listen to now of My Little Pony is Grim Darks.
Okie dokie. It is.
I've been seeing
been a
like
whole
infection
podcast.
AUs everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is episode 69. We hit the funny number, guys.
Funny
The Holy
number.
Grail number.
Yeah, I know.
We're almost
I know
at triple digits, man.
Nightingale is fixing to turn into a pumpkin. So am I.
I mean,
to be honest.
Yeah, I'm
Only
getting
one
there.
of you can be a pumpkin. Which one's the rat?
I don't know.
Rat.
First one to go to sleep.
It's a rat.
Although, I mean, I still probably got another 20, 30 minutes before I can even shut it off.
Same way, but yeah, no, it's been fun though. We went over some stuff. It's so weird because now tomorrow more shit's gonna drop because it always happens after Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I learned some shit. I started understanding VTuber drama, and now I understand why I kind of also hate VTuber stuff. Like the
Totally
corporate
understandable.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like corporate VTuber shit needs to.
Yeah.
If any of y'all get successful, do it on your own. Don't do it through a company.
Yeah, no, I
the
looked
problem was
very
Cinder
early on,
was
like-
independent. That's the
She
thing.
was an indie.
She wasn't indie, but most of the but 90% of the drama does happen in corporate stuff.
Yeah, I will give it that.
Because like, here's the thing: you should be able to keep your design, your idea, your character. You should be
Mhm.
able to keep your design, your character.
Yeah.
It's your IP.
See,
no one should be able to skinwalk in your suit.
The Japanese,
Yes.
Japanese ones. So here's the thing too. Like if the Hololive needs you sign, like they pay for those models, and then you sign the contract. So basically, you bring to life that character, but that character is theirs. Now,
Yeah.
with V Shoujo and some of the other newer corporations that have popped up, like you come in with your own character. You have your like they'll help you make the model, but it's yours. So when
Unless you went to Walker and they stole that too.
well, I'm saying like most of the new ones that aren't scummy that are aren't gonna flop. My biggest thing is like I don't. And this is weird, but I don't really support huge streamers. I just don't. So most of the time, even with VTubers like that, I did follow Hit Partner. I unfollowed. It's just like I don't need to be in that chat anymore.
I don't so much watch their lives, but I do enjoy going and watching the like chopped up bits afterwards, like folks like Kenji, things like that. I love going and watching his afterward streams, but I'll admit, trying to be there in the moment, it gets a little overwhelming.
Like I mostly watch Monarch and Rin Penrose, but I don't really watch their live streams a lot. Just like I'm like all over their freaking short stuff, as well as
The Scuff
Monarch.
Queen.
All of Monarch's songs I like. So
Mhm.
I'm more on
Her
their
voice is
YouTube
just
stuff.
awesome.
Oh my god!
Well, she's been
Yeah,
singing for years. She's
Yeah.
Amelie's been around forever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she has.
And now she's a voice actress too. So now she
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything that's
Like she voices Jin. Fuck, I forgot Jin Louis in no wait. Who the fuck was it in Star Rail? The Mara struck lady. I forgot the name.
I don't play Star Rail.
Someone will know, and they will screech it in the comments someday in the future. Don't worry.
Yeah, like 10 years in the future. Like, oh my god, she was like, no.
How do you
I
know she was
character?
such
I
a
can't
bitch?
remember off the top of my head
I knew
because
she
I haven't played Star Rail
voiced-
in years because the game
Yeah.
is fucking pay to win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you don't like
there's one
standing
thing
away
I
your
didn't even
wallet?
talk about too. Was so the announcement, to, rumor mill or whatever, about the new Superman movie that's coming out.
Oh god.
James Gunn is like doing this weird. Basically, Lex Luthor is canceling Superman through
fuck?
social media posts. Honest to God, social media posts done by monkeys, actual monkeys in space. Hang on.
This has got to be
fucking
satire,
nothing
right?
bullshit.
This is a comedy season, right?
I wish.
Please.
To cut back on the weed a little bit.
Bro, I'm high as hell, and that makes no fucking sense. I've been smoking this whole goddamn time. And even I'm looking at it going, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's gotta be a comedy. It's gotta be satire, please.
Let me wake up from
Okay.
this horrible nightmare. Anyway.
I'm not even a big fan of Superman, and I'm begging.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like
I'm not
Spider-Man.
gonna lie, I checked out the minute Henry Cavill left.
Same.
Yeah.
Superman plot rumor turns Lex Luthor into DC Universe's biggest internet troll.
I'm sorry, is that a picture of Lex Luthor on the left?
Yeah. So that's
Look at that.
yeah.
Dr. Eggman looks better. The fuck?
I am the Eggman.
Lex Luthor is secretly the ultimate troll. The latest rumor about the plot of Superman paints the upcoming DC Universe movie in less than serious light. Fans have known for quite some time that Lex Luthor is going to be the main villain of Superman. That fact, the number of well-known villains. Blah 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 blah.
He reminds me of
Jesus.
Dr. Evil from
Jesus Christ. I take Teen Titans Go more seriously.
Yeah,
He definitely looks like the type to try to cancel.
Well,
somebody
also
on
like
Twitter.
this image also got so much like this teaser image where there's a fucking death laser in the background while he's just slowly putting on his boots. That is not Superman. Go fuck yourself.
Hey man, when you got to put your boots on one at a time, the world can wait.
He literally moves fast enough to turn
When you got
time.
to put your boots on one at a time, the world can wait.
No, it can't. It literally can't. That is not Superman. That's the whole fucking not the point.
Sure, it can.
It's not. That's not the
He
point.
stubbed his toe on some kryptonite, and he's got
He
to
can't.
nurse it better.
He can't do that. He really
I
can't do
know.
that.
I know he'd fucking die, but still. Honest to God, seeing this, it just makes me want to watch
Okay, here it is.
the
Here it is. Here it is.
cartoon show.
In the
Crypto.
movie, Superman is frustrated by social media backlash and the hashtag super shit being mentioned several times, really getting under his skin. Meanwhile, in Lex's interdimensional world, hundreds of mutant monkeys are shown typing furiously at keyboards, flooding social media with hate against Superman.
What do you want to bet?
Oh.
Half of it's about they put the underwear back on the
This
outside.
feels
of
like
the
someone
suit.
saw the infinite monkey theorem and went, that, but shitty. Like, the fuck?
They just can't make anything just good anymore, can they? Like, they just can't make it like an
No.
enjoyable movie. They gotta
to
have some
try
kind
and
of
throw
dumb
comedy
shit.
into everything.
Well, James Gunn did good with the Guardians or whatever, but like, ugh, I don't know. Like praising this, they're trying to worship this dude like he's the fucking next coming of DC Jesus or whatever. And I think he's gonna falter hard. If Superman flops, dude, superhero movies are done. Like they've been done for a long time.
They've been done for
Like,
a few years now. I don't know
Yeah.
why they keep trying to push them out like they're new and
well, it's
exciting.
because they
aren't.
made so much money for the past decade. They
Look,
made
it's not even-
billions of dollars.
It's
So
not
they-
even that the superhero movies are dead. It's just they keep trying to reinvent. Like you have the wheel, like you have the source material. Just do like people have been waiting years to see that like on the movie screen, but yet instead of making a wheel, you're making like
Well,
a
the problem with it is now is that they had the wheels, and then they blew the wheels up, and then they put like these little bitty tiny wheels on there that nobody really. They're all insignificant.
Square cubes.
No, they're not square. They're still wheels, but they're just tiny and insignificant, and nobody gives a fuck about them because they killed all the main cast off, and then they hired all these other dipshits in there that nobody cares about, and they're propped up by a Disney Plus show that fucking nobody watched still. Like, That's why these movies don't make a shit. Nobody cares.
And
But
they keep
more
going.
audience.
Like,
Speaking
they keep-
of, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just like, so whenever you look at every single movie that stood the test of time, none of it had the popular, like pop culture shit that's going on that moment that's not relevant in 3-5 years.
Because it dates your shit so hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they just keep going back to the, oh well, this is happening right now. This will be massive, right? People no.
I
This is
enjoyed
good with
Deadpool
the
Wolverine. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but they did weave in the stupid ass Time Bureau crap from Loki.
Yeah.
That, I mean, there's like this how they tie it together, I guess, but it's still real dumb. You know what I mean? Like, Loki, like I enjoyed the show well enough, but the fucking Time Bureau completely fucked over the rest of the MCU. It made everything insignificant. Where they had like, oh, here's a fucking Infinity Stone. It's like it's a paperweight or whatever. Like it made everything that like all of the overarching things that made the actual MCU what it was. They basically made it as like satire and just nonsense. I didn't need it. Kang was, invincible or whatever. These time cops could come in and hit you with their shiny dildo and fucking erase you from timeline or whatever. And it didn't matter who you were. Even if you were a fucking Asgardian god like Loki, they could still just erase you. You were irrelevant. And it totally just destroyed everything else. And honestly, those Disney Plus shows did more damage to the MCU than anything else as far as like actual canonical things that they did. Then you had, which I never even watched it. I don't know if I'm sure Knight did. We had Doctor Strange Mom, which was basically the Wonder Woman or Wanda movie. And
Doctor Strange Mom?
Well, it was Doctor Strange in the Infinite blah blah whatever.
Do you mean Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange Mom, because it was all about Wanda, who lost her imaginary kids,
God,
and went on an interdimensional tirade, killing everybody because their kids, which weren't even real, were dead. Or
To
something,
be fair,
right?
that was
not
the main.
I didn't watch it. Was that not the plot? That's what
Yeah, but that was a main like
little more
actual
nuanced, but
storyline
basically,
too.
yeah.
Like that actually happened, and then there was like Reed Richards, Spider-Man, like everybody in the MCU like had a meeting, like, bro, we need to talk about killing her. She's too powerful.
You're valid.
Then they had John Krasinski as Reed Richards, and then they hired Pedro Pascal as the fucking new one. Like, why? What the fuck, guys?
Talk about another doomed movie that's not making any money.
It's
but I mean is they came out and said the whole reason they brought John in was because the internet literally, they said they knew if they never brought him in, they would never hear the end of it. So they brought him in because everybody wanted to see him in the movie, and he made he looked the perfect Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, from my understanding, he's the one who turned Marvel down. Like he didn't want to do it.
Well, the way Marvel's been going, I wouldn't blame some of these.
Now,
actors
to be
for
fair, I
turning them
do have like high hopes. Isn't ever going to happen with movies nowadays, but I do have somewhat hopes for Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom, because that was a actual storyline where Victor Von Doom and Tony Stark were at the same college. They were roommates, and they actually Victor Von Doom swapped brains with Tony Stark. So it was Victor Von Doom,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but isn't it? It's the variant of him, because there's also one where he just takes the name of him too. It's a Tony Stark variant that becomes Victor Von Doom, and it's looking like, with the fact of what they're trying to do with Peter Parker, it feels like they're aiming in that direction to kind of give it that weird closure for Spider-Man of seeing him again, and like they're going to try to jerk him, and also because Holland wants to get out of it. Like,
yeah,
he's wanting to get out of it. He's wanting what he's really wanting to do is, he says he wants to do what RDJ did for him, and he's wanting to basically bring Miles in and be him. So
I'm sorry.
No,
they're not
just
gonna make a
recast
movie.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're not gonna make a successful box office movie without Peter Parker. I'm sorry, it's just not. Like I like Miles Morales. Don't get me wrong.
Into the Spider-Verse, I guess technically was a box office movie that was
yeah.
Miles centric, but live action, yeah, I don't know.
Like if you want them both in there, great. I mean, I like Miles Morales as a Spider-Man, yes, but just like with
the Spider-Man needs to be
Peter Parker. Has to be.
Well, they're talking about the Spider-Man, the Sony game series, the Insomniac Spider-Man. Like, oh yeah, Miles is going to be the next main character, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we're done. I don't think we're going to play it anymore."
Yeah. But I think you're right. It's also how do they go about doing it, because you're about to go into one of the most sacred arcs next to the Infinity Saga, which is Secret Wars. So,
Well, I know it's not going to happen this way, but what I'm hoping happens is they realize that what happened, like the mind switch thing. I don't know how to say it without sounding stupid, but that's what happened. So they go get
Mind
Victor Von
fuckery.
Doom and bring him into the same universe and swap them back. So not only does that bring in the real Doom for this universe, but it also brings back Tony Stark, like the real one.
Well, yeah, there's talking
Like what they
about,
did for fucking Gamora.
Yeah, more or less. Well, with a multiverse, nothing is not erasable. Basically, you can return anybody in the multiverse.
I think the
situation.
bigger one is getting Cap back.
There's literally almost no one that
they
is
have
Captain
to.
Marvel dead.
What?
There's almost no one that's Captain Marvel dead.
Yeah. The thing is, like, they should have just recast at this point. You know, do different comic book storylines, recast your characters. They should have recast Black Panther. After
know how-
Chadwick Boseman passed away, they should have recast him.
Like I love how they
I
honored
understand
him. But
why they didn't.
Well,
'Cause they didn't want to just erase that legacy he left, because he
I-
did do such a great job with.
Well, yeah, he did, but like they should have done it. Instead they made a worse movie that actually probably tainted his legacy more than it helped it. You know.
Well, I mean, they've already messed up with the new Fantastic Four movie. I hope they know that, because
Silver Surfer.
Yeah, with that, because the whole like next big bad of Marvel was gonna
And yes,
be
there was a female
Maul.
Silver Surfer. She was in like 3 comic books.
They were setting it up for like the big showdown between, you know, the one above and the one below, like Null and basically the one above. And Galactus is not that high, but like one step above the one below kind of deal. Like when it comes to like archetypes or whatever, big bads. So when this movie's gonna flop, they're gonna completely go away from Galactus again, and then it's just gonna just shit the bed for everything else that they do.
Yeah.
That's been my worry with MCU for the longest time, is you went straight for Thanos and the Infinity Saga. I mean, literally, if you were going to do it and you're going to do it right once, you picked the perfect thing to do.
Yeah.
But my biggest issue
it
was,
should have ended with Endgame.
well,
It did.
sure.
In my head canon, it did. There has been no other Marvel movie since.
But where my issue comes in is them destroying the Infinity Stones in our universe, our cinematic universe, is a very big deal, because those were how you countered some of that stuff.
Well, here's the thing.
And-
So, I agree with Flutter. Like, what they should have done is after Tony Stark snaps and dies and Endgame ends and that's it. It's settled. And then they go, well, that was universe X number, whatever. And then we shift over to universe this. And then you could do a whole different storyline with whole different characters, and it'd been totally fine. Everybody would have been, cool, let's do it. Let's start over. And then you could have done
Literally
different
something
crap.
else.
Yeah.
Literally
They
how the
fucked up.
comics do it. That's literally how the comics came out. Like, you could so many more ways you could have done this better, and they chose the way that's like, well, we want to have our cake and eat it too, and there's person's cake and this person's cake and this person's cake and everyone else.
Yeah, but they've just done nothing but lose money the whole time. They just haven't. Yeah, just let those characters be dead, recast, find new people, make new hype about new movies in a new universe, and be like, you know what happened in Endgame. Well, that was Marvel Universe 616. This is what was happening in Marvel Universe, blah, 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 blah. And then just moving on, go to do an Ultimate Universe and completely change up how the characters interact with each other. And Ultimate Universe is almost completely different.
True, and I mean now you also have the ability. You can now say mutants. You don't have to call them whatever the hell they were calling them for a while. You can now finally point blank call them a mutant.
Oh yeah, they were doing what was the Inhumans, Inhumans, which is an actual other thing in the Marvel Universe, but
they were trying to they couldn't say the word mutant. They always hinted at it, but they never could call Wanda and Quicksilver what they were.
Yeah.
Did
they call them metas?
No, they called them something, and I don't remember what it is. It's been so long since I've seen Age of Ultron, but they say it in there what it is. But it's like there's so many other things you could do with the MCU with even the same characters. You could do think about the Hydra Captain America, where he goes off that thing. They nodded to it with him coming up and whispering "Hell Hydra," in the that one thing, but which catches him off guard. They're like, huh? Because he knew what he needed to say at that point, because he'd been there. So I mean, they hint towards it, but actually making the real Hydra Captain America. I mean, you could do world-ending Hulk. You could do. I mean, there's so
Emperor
many
Doom.
different.
They have a what if series already, and that works so well. And they're not even taking anything from it. They're just like, oh yeah, here's this one-off episode, and then it ends right here because we think this storyline, even though it's really interesting, doesn't make any. It's like you have so many ideas, and you're already using them in the least money-making format.
Like I said, they could have dipped into like the Ultimate Universe, where basically, and there was different ones where other heroes worked more closely with Shield. There was they could have done timelines like that. They could have done millions of other stories that were, and really, here's the thing that always really upset me, and that nobody has ever done it yet, is in all of the Spider-Man movies, and they hinted it in Andrew Garfield's run. Why did we never get a Sinister Six fucking Spider-Man storyline?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I think there was a reason why they hadn't done it at the time. Because again, I think it had to do with certain rights of characters.
Well, Sony had all the Spider-Man character rights.
They had all IP of it.
Yeah, they just didn't have Spider-Man himself.
No, Sony does. Sony has Spider-Man.
Oh, Sony does. Yeah, Mark. Like,
well, so
no, I know Disney owns everything but Spider-Man.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. All Spider-Man, the Venom movie is Sony. Morbius is Sony. Kraven is Sony. Spider-Man is Sony. They never put those. They didn't put the actual Spider-Man villains in with Spider-Man. They made their own spin-off movies for whatever dumb shit reason.
I think they can sell a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man. Yeah, good job.
Well, it didn't work.
True.
I've got to be one of the only ones that wasn't actually see, I've given up on wanting. I know I'm not going to get what I want out of a superhero movie. The only one that's come close is Deadpool. Yeah. Because even with Endgame, they turned Thanos into just a little bitch. The whole thing was whenever he was like, I'm doing this for balance. No, he killed half the universe because he was trying to impress Death because he was obsessed and loved Death. Why did
the balance thing never really worked?
But he's also gotten the Infinity Gauntlet for many other reasons. I mean, that's the thing, is there's been so many Infinity stories told.
Well, he snaps at the end of Infinity War.
Yep.
And then that Thanos gets killed at the beginning of Endgame.
Yep.
And then another Thanos in a different timeline to basically fix whatever plot hole. Yeah, that was the biggest
how does that even fit into Loki if there's only one timeline?
Well, there was the what did they call it? The sacred timeline or whatever the shit it was.
It was a sacred timeline.
Yeah. So in the sacred timeline, Thanos snaps, dies, comes back from a different timeline
that somehow existed. Yet
it's still sacred
all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's still sacred because Thanos has to be in there because the plot needed him to be in there.
Just like
and
that's what they're
they
kind of
wrote
selling
themselves-
with Wolverine.
Yeah, they wrote themselves into a corner. Well, yeah, well, with Wolverine, at least with Wolverine and Deadpool, it wasn't our Wolverine that we've seen in the movies. It was a Wolverine from the universe
A
where
different
all the
one.
other X-Men were dead.
Yeah,
And
but I'm just saying that's what they did is they brought, his world needed Wolverine to exist or it would have been erased.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they've already explained this with the X-Men at least about how like you don't even have to go multiversal at this point. It's they basically every time they die in the comics, I think it was Professor X and somebody basically they download a version of them to just think of like a server, right? And every time they die, as long as they back that up, that's how they come back.
Interesting.
I don't know if I've ever heard that one before, but
I think
it
that's
makes
in one
sense.
of the. I'm trying to think of what series that's from.
It's still so every time you've seen like Professor X look all fucking weird with the Cerebro helmet basically on his head at all times. It's from that.
Okay, I think that's shit. What's that one called? I know what it is, and I remember it from Marvel Future Fight, the comic run, but it's slipping my brain, and it's also probably because it's 11 p.m. for me. My brain's not firing off.
You keep forgetting you're 3 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the comic book talk at the end was not really planned, but it's good. I like this.
Yeah.
I don't get to.
You'll
nerd
have to
out
stop me.
on
I will
comic
go on
books.
for hours.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Nerd.
But I have to go to bed, but I do really enjoy nerding out over the comic book stuff.
Yep.
We should
Yeah.
have meetups where we can just nerd out and feel like I don't know an hour.
It is. It's called the Intelligent Aces Podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
Thursdays,
outside of
7
this. I mean, outside of this, so we don't have to stick to a fucking schedule.
Episode 7 or 70. Wake up bright and early, and
Well, we could do.
nonstop
We could
nerd
do.
out.
Let's see, Aces spin-offs or whatever. Suits. Whatever we can call it. Intelligent
Suits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spin it off to a different one. Political Aces will be on a different channel. I'll work on that one later.
You're gonna get that banned so fast.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah. It'll be on
I'll
Rumble
help.
or something. Yeah, sweet. Hell yeah, let's go.
Twitch speed ban run. Let's go.
Oh shit.
Peter.
Shit.
I don't think you can beat anything. I don't think you can beat Kanye West's speed run. He was on for
Pretty
less than
good.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Seriously?
Yeah.
He
Well, he come
barely
out
was
in
on
a
10
Ku
minutes
Klux
and-
Klan outfit, didn't he?
All right. Well,
Oh my god!
He did.
well, we've got our ceiling, so
You got to beat 10 minutes.
That's a really high fucking ceiling, man.
Yeah, you got to understand the modding level of Twitch to get that done in 10 minutes. You got to know it's there because that's not just something that.
Well, he is a celebrity.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
Which
We
means he
could
was
probably
even...
go on for. We could all probably be sitting here completely naked for a week straight. Nobody would ever pay attention.
I don't know, man.
Well, theoretically,
I made a
Nemo and I
Fugi.
could be naked forever and no one would know.
I mean, that's not necessary.
Technically, yes.
You do know I got my first suspension from 7 Deadly Sins, right?
No.
Yeah, I had. So this was back in the day when I still had like the gameplay in the middle and then like
Yeah.
2 images on the side, right? I
Yeah.
just picked one that wasn't even that bad, and then a Twitch moderator came in and said, "Hi, I'm just here to get a screen grab of this picture. Bye." And then I got suspended for like 3 days.
What?
The fuck?
Well, one of the Fugis I drew wound up getting me a warning note from Twitch admins. It had a little bit too much thigh in it.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
What?
Can't be showing that thigh. It's too
Yeah, let me
alluring.
let me find a photo because I wound up fixing it
Yeah, show it
afterwards
on my
where
channel.
it
That's
just
fine.
yeah.
Get him, man, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. I honestly don't.
Too much.
I don't know how many
thigh.
times. Well, I've told Nemo and I've told Knight this. Like I had it in my email. the
So like showing your
offboarding.
it's like showing your shoulder at school is too much. It's
Basically, I made my character wear her usual outfit, which is the one piece bodysuit, and it's got like a design around my thigh, and apparently it showed too much detail for a chibi.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Twitch is stupid, man. I don't know. It's so biased too. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. I damn near left Twitch.
I know.
You got dipshits like the San dipshit over there, and literally calling.
Oh, you
for
mean
terrorist
Hamas Piker?
attacks. Yeah, Hamas Piker. And his fruit roll up, Frogan, whatever her name is.
Oh, Frogan. Oop, wrong one.
Fruit roll up sounds
At
good.
stage. This was the Fugi that got me a warning.
What?
Wow.
It has too much thigh.
Right.
Right there.
You gotta be really desperate to be jorking it to that.
That was kind of my thought. I'm like, bro, it's a fucking chibi.
And meanwhile, when that probably happened, their entire recommended for you page was nothing but hot tub and stream. Like
I saw the deal where the woman was sitting in a thong on a glass seat with a camera directly underneath it. Like you could basically see what she had for lunch. And
But this gets me a warning. They are scared of anime thighs and titties. I swear to God.
That's crazy.
It's just business, guys.
It's just business. I wound up updating the model a day later with the Twitch logo over where my crotch was, kind of pulsating. And when folks asked, I'm like, oh, nothing. It's just Twitch fucking me over.
Legitimate.
They can't get mad. There was no thigh.
I still found it funny when I got it wasn't a copyright strike or nothing. It was just like a warning where they took my video down off of YouTube because I showed like 3 seconds of Beyonce at the Olympics just to show you what she looked like.
Yep.
How dare you show Beyonce?
Literally, well, it was the Olympics was literally copywriting everybody.
I know. It was because of this stupid fucking Australian dancer.
No. The Olympics, it's like any coverage of the Olympics, the Olympics committee were copywriting everybody.
Which is weird because if you were using fair use stuff, they shouldn't have been able to do it. But
Well, you know, I say the same thing, but I'm getting copyright struck recently by singing. Aren't covers supposed to be under fair use? There is none of the goddamn song back there, but somehow every time I sing "Welcome to the Internet" or what was the one that Spooky wound up getting dinged for? It was a Diggy Diggy Hole. Me and her were kind of caterwauling it in the background to each other. Apparently that got copyright struck. It's like, excuse me. I know I
That is
sound
supposed to be under
fantastic,
fair
but
warning.
fuck off.
Because 1, it's a cappella. 2, it counts as a cover. And you're not even
Oh
being
yeah, but no,
monetized
it gets you
for it.
copyright struck now.
Yeah.
Well, the music stuff is all a bot. It's all an algorithm or an AI or a bot or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
it's an unfortunate thing, and it's why I'm very pissed off with the music industry.
Being
in
industry
it.
sucks. They
Got their panties in a twist, and they really need to like maybe get some surgery to pull it out because
Well,
it's in there pretty deep.
They own everything about the music industry is so like they
Diddy's
have
been
every
arrested.
aspect.
They ain't got nowhere to blow off steam now.
Well, that's true.
It's mine. You can't have it.
They just have all their bases covered. They literally have everything under contract. And what's fucked up too is like they can do these things, copyright these music that sounds like other music. It's not even the same, but it's like because it sounds like it. They can go in and be like, well, you know, we.
But
had
here's
these
the
beats.
thing:
I got-
if
actually
you
got an
go listen to the
auto-mod.
1564 song, it's literally like 800 songs, and it's like there's so many of them out there that are like so close. It's like,
Hey, look, if
you should be
Vanilla
able to
Ice can get away with it for this many years, so should we. You know?
yeah, that's kind of where I was gonna go with it. Is he literally says, "When I change it, it's not dun 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 dun." He says, "Mine's dun 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 dun." He adds that extra beat to it. He's like, "It's different," and unfortunately, he won that case, and it started that. And then Weird Al came in and finished off the cover aspects. So,
I love Weird Al.
So I'm actually curious about covers and stuff too because I actually enjoy covers more than I do the originals for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I like a rock cover of a classical song or whatever, something like that. But like they just have straight up videos and stuff. Like I don't dig into their info or whatever if they have credit from the original artist. They get millions of views, and I'm pretty sure they get AdSense off of that crap. Like, how does that work?
I got a copyright. It wasn't an actual strike. It was like I think it was like a copyright action has been taken. No action needed on your part from Russia.
Yeah, so
I'll get a lot of
happens.
those.
That
And
happens
I
a lot,
looked at
too.
what it was, and it was like it was on my birthday stream where I tried to play FNAF Ruin, but it wouldn't load. So I was like, well, let's scroll Twitter and look at this stupid sphere thing from Las Vegas.
I want to play.
And in one of the
Security
clips,
Breach.
there was background music of like I think there was background music from a major artist for like 5 seconds, and it's like, are you serious? I told it to mute that section, but like still, seriously.
Well, that's the problem too, because they did that when I'm giving active commentary. So if I have to mute that, even if I'm talking over that or whatever, now that audio is gone of me doing active commentary, which is fair use.
Yep.
Anyway,
It's literally stupid.
I mean, it's not like my videos get ones of views. You know what I mean? It's not like it's that big of a deal, but
Yeah, like for us, it's not that bad, but for bigger creators who this is their entire job,
Yeah.
it could be detrimental to them.
Yeah. It's all I don't know, the internet's a weird place. People have figured out how to monetize it in a way to be even more scummy. Back to the the Cinder thing that we talked about earlier, just like how this the way the business works, I guess. They have to try to be outdoing somebody else. Legal loopholes in the United States to give these dipshits way more power than they ever deserve.
Unfortunate.
But hey, I know some of y'all got to go to bed.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to keep chatting with y'all.
For sure, this has been a great episode.
It has.
We need to go
The
back to
69th
more
episode.
Yeah, 69. I do want to go back to more panel shows with more than just me and Nemo. Again, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks for letting me hop in uninvited.
Of course, man. We're gonna have to get you back on.
Always.
We're gonna make you a regular now, I think.
Hell yeah.
Always
really
nice to
trying to
have
do
another
that
set of
speed run.
opinions in here.
Do what?
Especially Mumbles.
You're really trying to go for that band speed run, huh?
Oh yeah.
Don't bother me, man. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care. We have to. Yeah. Cool. Well, all right, then I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Yay.
Ending the stream. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Why am I waving like I got a camera on?
Because you thought you had a camera on?
I'll wave for you.
I often try and like do hand motions, and I'm like, wait, I'm a VTuber.